What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Fantasy Endgame. Happy Saturday and happy almost NFL Week 3 Sunday. But hey, we got college football today. I'm clearly ready to see the Hurricanes do what the Dolphins cannot do, which is win a game. We're gonna
Almost.
like look. Let's get this out of the way. A for effort on offense.
Yes.
On offense. I'm pretty sure the defense is now trending towards, if not already establishing themselves at the worst defense in the NFL. Would you say that's fair?
Worst might be harsh, but it's up there. Let's see how the Steelers do. It's crazy to think the Steelers might have the worst defense, but after 2 weeks they might. Let's see how they do this weekend.
Yeah. I guess we'll see what happens tomorrow. But yeah, look, Tyreek Hill's still alive in fantasy. Jalen Waddle scored a touchdown. Devon Achane will probably lead the league in receptions.
Yeah, these guys are all. Okay, look, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle. If you started them, you're not upset about it. But these guys can't even reach 50 receiving yards. You know what I mean? And then Achane, it's like, okay, PPR monster here. I can't even say monster, but oh man, it was brutal watching that game. It's like, every throw is like 10 yards or less. You know who the Dolphins could really use on offense is like a good pass catching tight end.
Like a Darren Waller type, somebody like that.
Jonnu Smith.
Oh, man, just imagine. Yeah, good times. I don't know what's going to happen. Again, at this point, and like 0-3, I'm almost just ready. Just go full tank mode. Like, might as well, right? The worst place to be is in the middle, be in limbo, be like one of those, 7 and 10 teams or whatever, because that doesn't help. So,
the good news is I don't think they'll be 7 to 10. I think 5 wins feels like a good season for them right now.
There you go. Let's do it. Let's head towards the number 1 pick. All right. Well, Thursday night was at least a good game. It was a close game. We got a lot more action tomorrow. You know that. And we're going to help you get ready for week 3 with your lineups. Maybe you still got waiver wire trade questions. You got a lot of questions, I can tell, because we already got a bunch lined up. Before we get to that, though, don't forget the injuries are going to be a big factor here. And we're going to be back tomorrow morning as well with our last minute injury updates. We stream 3 hours before kickoff. But right now, here's what we do know. And, it's the week of the quarterback, unfortunately. So let's start with the new injuries only. New for this week, but we know Joe Burrow done and pretty much for the season. Jaden Daniels, not going to happen. Thought he might play. He's not playing, so we're going to see Marcus Mariota. And, of course, J.J. McCarthy is out, so we get treated to Carson Wentz, Marcus Mariota, and Jake Browning all in the same week. And don't forget Mac Jones, because Brock Purdy is still looking technically questionable, but they're saying he maybe will be the backup, but he's not playing.
Right.
Here we go. Carson Wentz, Marcus Mariota, and Browning and what's this called? Wentz are facing each other in the same game.
Yeah, that's gonna be terrible.
How many points are getting scored there? We'll see. Justin Fields also out, although they do have Tyrod Taylor, veteran backup. I'm not really moving Garrett Wilson that far down. Obviously, I'm not all over him like I was last week, but Wilson should still be startable, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely still startable. Like, Tyrod Taylor is not the worst. Like, this is what I said about Mac Jones last week. Like, Mac Jones is not the worst backup QB. Like, there's worse QBs that could have been throwing the football for the 49ers last week. There's worse QBs that could be throwing football for the Jets. Tyrod Taylor, at least serviceable.
Yeah, he's not a guy you feel is going to turn the ball over multiple times. They're going to control the ball. Hell, he probably will be more accurate than Justin Fields. At this point, it can't be worse than what Fields was last week.
Right.
And for what it's worth, not that this in and of itself is relevant, but Josh Reynolds is also out. More targets for Garrett Wilson. All right, non-quarterbacks. So Xavier Worthy Again, spotted at practice. Again, thought he might play. And again, wrong. He's out. He's definitely not playing this week. So no Xavier Worthy. I'm pretty sure we're all now have backed up quite a bit on Hollywood Brown, but with Worthy not playing, I think we're still putting Hollywood like in the flex range.
I mean, after last week, yeah. Like, what can we really? I mean, it's the Giants. Should be a good spot for Hollywood. The targets should be there, but they weren't there last week. And the problem for Hollywood is his ADOT is so minuscule that if he doesn't get the targets, he's not going to give you a lot. So this is that guy who needs like 8-9 catches. So yeah, flex play.
Risky flex. That's where we're at. Also, as far as running back here, so Aaron Jones is definitely out for a while. Also an IR there for Minnesota. So we're going to see a lot of Jordan Mason. And you know what? Maybe a blessing here for fantasy purposes, at least. If you got Kenneth Walker, fire him up because Zach Charbonnet is doubtful. Doesn't sound like he's going to go. Sorry, Clint Kubiak. You can't continue to put out your two-man committee that you really now seem determined to establish. So Walker's got to be a really good option, right?
I've moved Walker up to the strong start for sure with no Charbonnet here. And yeah, I was looking into it this morning, trying to do some last minute research. Came across this, looking at fantasy points data. So the Seahawks have run 32 zone carries, which, are zone runs this year. They're supposed to be this, heavy zone run team. Charbonnet has 21 of those 32 zone carries, even though anybody who knows anything about this guy as a prospect is like he's significantly worse at zone carries, but here the Seahawks are just force feeding them. 38% success rate, 1.62 yards per carry on those runs for Charbonnet. He's got 21 carries for 34 yards. Like these are NFL coaches. Like, they don't see this. Meanwhile, Kenneth Walker, 63% success rate, 5.8 yards per carry on these runs because these are the runs he thrives on. Like, how do nerds like us who sit behind a computer all know this, but the coaches for the Seahawks don't? But thankfully this week, the Seahawks coaches are protected from themselves because Charbonnet is not playing. They can't harm. I mean, who knows? Who's the backup? I don't even know who the backup is here. Do they still have, I don't even know. They'll probably find a way to give the backup 10 outside zone runs for -5 yards or something. Who knows?
Yeah, that's exactly what would happen. I don't even know because I was hoping Damian Martinez would make the team and he didn't. They got somebody else. There's like Holani or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, what made me feel worse is that they even asked him this week. It was Kubiak. They said like, "Oh, we have 2 starting running backs or something like that." It's like come on, like you don't.
You have two starting running backs, but one's elite and one is slightly better than a guy.
Yeah.
Anyways, I don't have to worry about it this week. All in on Kenneth Walker against the Saints. Come on.
Yeah.
Smash spot.
Thankfully, all in on Walker. Not in on Evan Ingram. He is out, so at least you don't have to worry about him not doing much. That's not the only tight end injury, though. Here are the ones that you're definitely sweating. Tucker Kraft. All right, we heard that injury midweek. We've already talked about it. So not season ending. Nice to know. But doesn't mean he's playing this week. He's listed as questionable. How comfortable would you feel rolling him out?
I mean, I want to say if he plays, you play him, but also I just don't feel like he's going to play this week. It doesn't sound like everything they said does not sound encouraging as far as like they feel confident he's going to play. They're saying things like, we don't expect it to be long-term. We don't expect him to go on IR. That's not like, that's not the same as like, oh, well, he's got a shot. Like, no, I think he's going to be out. I would definitely have a backup plan ready.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't feel comfortable starting him either. Now you can feel comfortable much better than last week starting Brock Bowers. He's clear, good to go. So thankfully, no knee issue for him. And then Tyler Warren, the rookie, popped up on the injury report this week as questionable, but now he's just got moved to clear. He is good to go. So you got Warren, you got Bowers, fire him up. Kraft, maybe not so much. And Dallas Goedert also is good to go. And we're going to see the debut for this season of Isaiah Likely, who can't do much worse than Mark Andrews so far, but I don't know if I feel great firing up either of these guys, but Isaiah Likely is going to play. Questionable, DeAndre Swift. And I don't just mean his performance. I mean, he's actually questionable on the injury report. And then so is Juwan Jennings. But Juwan Jennings was also questionable last week and he played. Thoughts on these two?
Yeah, I think if Jennings plays, I feel good about him. I'm not, again, last week we were like, ooh, didn't really practice, can't feel good about him, all in on Ricky Pearsall, and Jennings gets 10 targets in that game. So you got to feel good here. Also, you look at the Cardinals, Will Johnson's out, Max Melton, their two cornerbacks are questionable. So you got to feel good about the 49ers players here. Swift is in a good spot this week, but man, he's been so bad. But I think if he plays, I still have Swift in the solid tier because it's such a good matchup and he gets all the touches here. I'm not worried about Monangai taking any significant touches from him yet.
Yeah, I will say this almost gives me a good reason to bench him based on how bad he and the Bears' offense has been. But I mean, let's see if he does play with no limitations. He's got to do something in this matchup. We'll see.
And we literally just got word that Tucker Kraft is playing.
He is playing. All right.
I guess you're firing up Tucker Kraft. I mean, if they're already saying he's playing today.
Yeah, it must be nothing. All right. Well, that does change things. I mean, we're not waiting until game day, right? All right. So Tucker Kraft is in. Also good news, Emeka Egbuka. He was on the injury report. Nobody wanted to see that, but he's good to go. I mean, that was something really was worried because it was hip and groin injuries, but apparently he's fine. And we see the season debut, a Christian Kirk in Houston. Let's see if that does something to spark that offense because it desperately needs something. We'll see how things change. I will just say this, we think we got it all figured out after week 1. And after week 2, we're like, okay, well, now we really know. And this is the week. It happens every year. The teams that are 2-0 will suddenly lose to an underdog. The teams that are 0-2 will somehow find a way to win. And just don't be surprised when it happens. I guarantee you, the game you're like, no, but not, yes, it will happen. There will be teams that just suddenly fall on their face. And those teams that are 0-2, they do not want to go 0-3, right?
Right.
Buffalo is too good for Miami. Like they pulled it out. But there will be some 0-2 teams that win. So just always be prepared to be surprised. All right. Well, we're still going to try to help you figure out what's what in terms of fantasy based on matchup and all the data that we dig through before you set your lineups. Don't forget to get your picks in. All right. So Underdog always has some promos. This week, the gimme is Malik Neighbors. Look at that. If he does higher than 0.0 yards total, you win. That's a gimme pick. So take Malik Neighbors, take the higher. You get this. If you're new, signing up on Underdog for the very first time, you also get up to $1,000 of bonus cash for your first deposit and a special pick aside from this. That gimme is for everybody, but we've used code ENDGAME. That's our code. You get the bonus cash. You get another special pick. And also new customers still get an extra $50 if you play $5 towards anything after you've already signed up. You use the money that's already in your account, you get $50 more. So a lot of incentives here, free picks, free cash. What's not to love? So try Underdog, but make sure you use code ENDGAME when you sign up. Okay, so we do have a lot of questions, but also don't forget that this isn't the only way that you can ask us questions. So we do have our app. It's called DraftLane, and we're going to show you what it's like. Some of you have already been using it. A lot of you have been using it. And so if you haven't tried it yet, remember, this is a free download from the App Store, from the Play Store, and let's show you what it looks like here. Just got to do some shuffling here. So when you download the DraftLane app, also, by the way, I should tell you this first, use code ENDGAME. If you go to the settings here, there's a promo code section. It's a code. We like to keep it simple. It's ENDGAME. You apply that, you get 10 free credits, and you use that towards your first couple of questions. And so you can ask us anytime. If you can't make the live stream, maybe you're watching this back later, or you got questions tomorrow morning, but you can't make the stream, or you just want to ask anytime during the week, or you want to ask a more complicated question. We get advanced trade questions. We can dig into your rosters, waiver wire questions. We can look at the waivers on your league, right? We don't have to guess who might be available. We can do all that. You can sync your league with Yahoo or Sleeper. And if you do have ESPN or NFL or some other platform that you play fantasy on, you can do this. Ask a question. And this user here, use the points. This is a free question for them. Let's see what it is. Half PPR. Should I trade Kyron Brees Worthy for Pickens, Gibbs, Ramondre? And then another one. What about Zay and Baker for Hurts? Okay, this is 3 trade questions. Or Kyron Brees for Saquon.
All right. I'm on that first one. I think that's a must. I mean, you're getting Gibbs. I think the first one you have to take. I mean, there's a little worry with Kyron. There's a little worry with Brees just because of the offense, of course, and Worthy's hurt. I think you got to take that Gibbs, Pickens, or Ramondre side just to get Gibbs, honestly. But even Pickens, I think, is the second one. I'm gonna say no. I want Zay Flowers. I'm fine with Baker Mayfield as my QB. I don't want to trade away a high-end wide receiver like Zay Flowers.
Right. Not necessary. And then I don't know if this must be the same league because it's Kyron and Brees.
I mean, again, I think I probably have to say yes here just to get Saquon, right? Like, I mean,
if this is the same league, then we're going to have to decide which trade is better than the first or the third. I think I'd prefer the first one still.
Yeah, I prefer the first one because you're getting Gibbs and Pickens. Like, you're getting, a top 5 running back and a high upside wide receiver too. So yeah, if these are the same leagues, then I'd prefer the top one. But I think I take Saquon on that bottom one if I can't do the top one.
All right, there we go. Got that feedback. So we're going to say do the first trade, no to the second. Third trade is good, but we prefer the first one.
Right.
All right, there we go. That's how it works. It's that simple. You ask your question, we respond. We are answering questions every night, every morning, before the stream, during the stream, after the stream. So you can ask these anytime. Should we do one real quick now? We'll do a start sit.
We can wait till later.
Wait till later. Let's save it.
Yeah, let's get. We got people waiting here. Been on here for a while.
All right. Well, there we go. And we do have a bunch of questions here. If you do want to download DraftLane because you haven't tried it yet, there's the codes. So check it out. Download it on the App Store, the Play Store. It is free to download, free to sync your Yahoo and your Sleeper leagues, and free to ask your first couple of questions because you use code ENDGAME and you get those 10 free credits. So try it out. All right. We do have some people who are ready for their questions here. Like, let's see. JCR Melts. What's up?
Well,
Worthy
this is an easy one now. Worthy's not playing, so you got to be Swift.
Definitely Swift here. Thoughts on Terry with Mariota at quarterback?
Well, I think Terry will be fine, but then he says, should I start Pickens over Terry? I think you got to go Pickens. Jalen Johnson out and Kyle Gordon both out for the Bears. I mean, if CD and Pickens and even to lesser degree Ferguson don't all have big and Javon, if they don't all have big games this week, then it's like you just throw your hands up and go, oh well. I mean, this is arguably the best spot on the entire slate for any offense.
Yeah, we talked it up a bunch in the Boom video, and Pickens specifically, this could be the week. I still like Terry, definitely enough to start him, but yeah, let's go Pickens. Which, by the way, we can keep doing these. Shout out to not only JCR, but all of these first several questions were posted. I was confused by the time. I was like 12. It's not even 12:34 yet. This was 24 hours ago. These questions were posted. Y'all have been waiting very patiently. Kashal Farwarda is wanting to know in a 10-man league, 2-2-1 flex, CMC, Javonte, Jason, Nico, Kamara Pickens, Hubbard, Etienne, and Buka are all on the bench.
Well, I think, okay, so he's got, CMC, Javonte, yeah. JSN, Nico, yeah. I saw a stat, the last 3 games Nico's played against the Jags, he's gone like well over 100 yards in every single, like for some reason he just owns the Jags. I feel like feel like this is going to be Nico's breakout game to remind everybody, like, oh yeah, this guy's a stud. Man, we can only pick one of these guys for a flex.
Yeah,
I mean,
and it's a 10-teamer.
I'm going Pickens here, but I'll say Etienne, Kamara, you're safer. Like, I don't really have any fear that like Etienne is gonna give me, a bad game. I don't have any fear that Kamara is gonna give me a bad game. Pickens should go off this week, but it's not like a guaranteed. But if it's me, I mean, I'm putting, like, you already have JSN, Nico, CMC, Javante. Just put Pickens in there. Let's get a huge game in there.
Yeah, exactly. It's between Kamara, Pickens. He's saying he's got Dak at quarterback. That's not going to make me necessarily want or not want Pickens. You still just want the high score. Do notice you have Javante, so you got Pickens, Dak, and Javante. You're pretty all in on the Cowboys, but this is a good week to be pretty all in on the Cowboys, isn't it?
Exactly.
So let's go Pickens for upside because that's what wins. Turtle Trolls. 1 quarterback, 2 running back, 2 receiver. Murray or Goff?
I think you got to go Goff. Also, I just saw the Ravens might be down 2 starting tackles. I already know. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Nnamdi Matabuke? Dealing with a neck injury. I probably did not pronounce that right. Been ruled out. And then their other defensive tackle, who is it? Have they updated it here? Is very questionable. They hasn't practiced all week, so probably not going to play. I think you got to go Goff in this matchup. This could also be another high scoring game here.
Oh yeah, it should be. Goff's got that massive ceiling. Henry, Jacobs, yes. Nakua, Ladd, Warren is good to go. Evans, Keenan, Moore, Samuel, Devontae Smith. I don't know. 2 flex. Okay, so it looks like right now flexing Evans and Keenan. Does it look right? Looks right.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. I kind of want to get DJ Moore in my lineup if I can, just because, again, it's the Cowboys, but I don't think I can start him over Evans or Keenan.
Yeah, Keenan versus any of those flex. I won't go Debo because of Mariota. Just, slight bump down. Yeah, Keenan Moore is the only dilemma, but I think Keenan's fine there. All right, let's get to Stark Jeter. With JD out, here are the choices. Rodgers, Geno, Penix, Lawrence, Wilson.
I mean, I'd probably just go Michael Penix here. I kind of do like Geno this week against the Commanders to bounce back, but he's risky. I mean, these guys are all risky. Let's be real. I just go Penix here.
Yeah, that's been my kind of fallback where I needed a quarterback. And again, I don't feel like it's a big week for him, but he's relatively safe. And do I still start Ertz over Njoku? Probably.
I mean, I will say this is cool. I actually like the Browns tight ends this week. Again, I talk about the Packers give up a lot of just short throws, nothing deep. The Browns don't throw anything but short throws with Joe Flacco right now. Like, I don't think Njoku has a massive ceiling, but I'm not sure Ertz does either with Mariota. So, yeah, I probably go Njoku here.
Yeah, I definitely don't like the Browns receivers this week. The Browns tight ends should be fine. They'll probably get a lot of targets. It's just who is getting more, right? It's just they kind of capping each other. That's the annoying thing.
Yeah.
Start Connor or Dobbins. That one's close.
Well, I think I'm going pretty comfortably Dobbins here. I mean, Dobbins getting pretty much all the run there. Already saying he wants to hit 100 yards this week against the Chargers. So he's motivated.
Revenge
game. But also, James Conner, you look at it, 93% of his runs this year are man gap blocking schemes. 49ers, 19th toughest. I don't know if that's the right way to word it. 13th toughest, I guess is the right way to word it. 13th toughest. I don't know. I can never figure that out. But anyways, they're above average against that type of runs. Those type of runs, I'll say that. And we've already seen Benson take a lot of passing down work from Connor. I'm just going to go Dobbins this week. I'm not feeling Connor this week.
Yeah, until we see Harvey really carve out a role, which he hasn't yet. Dobbins is still a pretty solid RB2. It'll shift eventually, just not this week. All right, so we have the Cosmic Mermaid and Starman.
Wow. All right. This reminds me of like WWE wrestling. Remember Starman? Or no, it wasn't W. What was it? It was just wrestling on Nintendo. Like wrestling on Nintendo. Wasn't it just called wrestling?
It was called Pro Wrestling, yes.
Pro wrestling. That's right. You remember Starman?
Oh, I remember it very well. All right, so then we don't just get Starman, we get the Cosmic Mermaid also. Hi, so longtime viewer, maybe first-time caller. Thank you. Appreciate you. Needs help. Daniels, Purdy, and Gino. Well,
you have to go Gino here because it sounds like Purdy might be active, but it sounds like he's just going to be the backup. So you got to go Gino.
Well, let me ask this. I'm assuming, I could be wrong, but Gino's on waivers. Maybe Mac Jones on waivers. Do you prefer Gino to Mac Jones?
No, I think you got to prefer Mac Jones if he's on waivers.
I think if Mac Jones is there, I'd just take him instead. But all right. Needs 2 receivers in the flex. Debo, Wandale, Ridley, CD, Pearsall.
Oh, I mean, you got to start CD. CD could legitimately be the wide receiver 1 this week. Pearsall, Ridley, close for me. I did see Charvarius Ward for the Colts is questionable. I think he's still dealing with that concussion. But like I said, I mean, Cardinals down potentially two of their best corners. Man. Well, you know what? I might just play both. I might just go Ridley, CD, Pearsall here. Debo with Mariota. I mean, he can't score every game, right? And like he's really been living off touchdowns. Wandale, not as good of a spot this week. I'm just going to go Ridley, CD, Pearsall.
Yeah, I was going to say we need 3. Let's do that. And one of these is going to get dropped after this week because Addison comes off IR. I will say this: look, you're not going to need 3 quarterbacks if this is a 1 quarterback league. So if you have Mac Jones as your quarterback this week, or if it's Geno Smith, the next week, hopefully Daniels and Purdy are both playing. You drop whoever that 3rd quarterback is.
Yeah, we don't have to make this decision right now.
Right. You don't have to drop anyone yet, but also if you do, you don't need to drop a receiver. All right, Cody. Has Igbuka in 2 leagues. He's not out, so I guess that saves you from this question. But would you start any of these guys over Igbuka?
I mean, I might go Etienne in League A because, I mean, we're talking about a workhorse running back who catches passes. I do like Igbuka again this week because, Sauce probably going to be on Evans. But, I mean, again, okay, week 1 was great because he scored twice. And week 2 was good because he scored again. Look, maybe he scores again. Maybe this guy is just going to be a touchdown machine and can't stop him from scoring touchdowns. But he's only had 4 catches each of the first 2 games. Like, if he doesn't score, he's not going to have a big game. I think I'm just taking Etienne over him in League A. But I will say in League B, I'm definitely playing Igbuka over those guys.
Yeah, nobody on League B is worth starting here. But yeah, Etienne should be a better option. So there you go. Hooks in a 12-teamer got either May or Mayfield.
I mean, this is tough because I really like Drake May this week. But I have no reason to really bench Baker Mayfield. Like the Jets have not been good, and safety Tony Adams is out now for the Jets. I'm just going to stick with Baker Mayfield at home versus his Jets defense. Yeah, I'll just go Baker.
Yeah, Jets defense hasn't looked that great like we thought they might. And then and with Igbuka playing, no reason not to play Mayfield here. All right, so running back, Gibbs is a yes. Who's the other yes? Probably Etienne.
I think Etienne's got to be the other yes.
2 receivers, London, McConkey.
Yeah, I'm not starting those guys over London or Ladd, even with their slow starts.
And then we need 2 flex.
I'm definitely going to put, it's PPR. I'm definitely going to put Pearsall as a flex. I'd probably go, if Swift plays, I probably go Swift. Chuba's in a tough spot this week. Chuba's down. They're down 2 starting offensive linemen. They're playing that tough Falcons front. Chuba's in a tough spot. Swift has a great matchup this week against that Cowboys defense. But if he's out, I mean, I know Chuba's probably the guy here, but look, I know Booty is so risky, but man, against the Steelers, the upside is there, but so is the risk. So if you want to risk it with Booty, if you want to shoot for the home run, you can, but it probably should be Swift or Chuba as the other flex, depending on who plays or doesn't play.
Yeah, call me boring. I'm going to go with the safer play of Chuba. Still, I mean, he does get you little points, as far as the pass catching and touchdown upside. So that one's tough, though. I do agree with Pearsall, the first flex. But also Hooks wants to know, is likely worth stash if you got Njoku?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, why not? Stash him and see what happens. See how he's used. I mean, Andrews isn't a part of this offense right now. That could change, of course, but stash him and see what happens.
Always worth a stash for some upside. Juice, Pearsall or Igbuka now that he's good.
I think you got to go Igbuka again. I mean, Baker, the Jets, Sauce probably going to be spending a lot of time on Evans. I don't dislike Pearsall this weekend. Talked about that Cardinals secondary, but Igbuka's been so good. I have trouble not playing Igbuka here.
Yeah, Big Buka's good. Again, this is pretty close. I still do like Pearsall, but let's go with Buka. In Lucero, Knicks or Herbert?
I know it's a tough spot for Herbert this week on paper, against the Broncos, but they are at home. And look, we said that about Herbert in week 1 against the Chiefs, like, oh, Steve Spagnuolo, they've got his number, and he lit them up. He's playing so well right now. He's running. I think I still got to go Herbert.
You got to go Herbert. Playing inspired. It's been inspired by recent events. Needs flex. Njoku, Booty, Josh Downs, or Hampton? Ooh,
look,
that's
call me crazy, but I'm gonna go Booty here. I know it's risky. It's so weird last week, like how many targets they gave to the running backs. Like, throw it to the wide receivers, but it's the Steelers. They've been so bad. I think he's got upside. Like, Njoku's fine. Josh Downs, I don't really want to. Hampton, I really do not want to right now. I was also looking at this. Like, this is like a bit of a scary stat for Hampton right now. I know he's a rookie. I know he'll get better. I'm not out on Hampton, but on we use fantasy points a ton. I mean, I use it for pretty much everything. Najee Harris has just been better than Omari and Hampton this year, flat out. Like, you look at their success rates in both man gap and zone. You look at their yards per carry and both. I mean, Najee's just been better. I'm very worried we see more Najee this week. So I'm just going to take a chance with Booty against the Steelers.
Yeah, until we see something improve for Hampton, it's barely startable. Okay, separate league here. Pick 2, Monty Walker, Kamara.
I mean, it's got to be Walker and Kamara now. I mean, Walker, like I said, I've moved Walker into the strong starts. He's like borderline must start for me now. We know there's no threat of Charbonnet here. It's the Saints. He looked so good last week. Yeah, it's got to be Walker and Kamara here.
Yeah, Walker, Kamara easily. You're welcome. Good luck. Michael Cazares. All right, do we just straight up drop Hollywood to pick up Alec Aymanor?
Well, I mean, now that Worthy's out again, I don't know if I want to do this, but at the same time, like, I mean, Worthy's close, right? Like, there was, like, we thought maybe last week, we thought maybe this week. We got to think he's going to be back, if not in week 4, week 5 at the latest here. I mean, he seems like he's close. I might just do this because here's the thing. If you drop Hollywood, if you're not going to start Hollywood, which I assume you're not going to, and you drop him today, he shouldn't be available for any team to go pick him up, right? Because he should be stuck on the waiver. So I might do this just to see if I I was all in on Ridley this year, but if Aymanor is already getting as many targets as Ridley, like, what if What if I picked the wrong Titans wide receiver? What if I should have been all in on Io Manar this year? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I would probably do, if you don't need Hollywood this week, which I assume you don't, I'm fine with this.
Well, then I'm looking at maybe you don't need to drop anybody if they do this trade because it's a 2-for-1. But would you trade Waddle and Tootin for Brees? It's close.
It's close. But I mean, even if you do this trade, it's not going to go through right now because Waddle's already played. So it's not going to go through until next week, I assume. I mean, I probably do this because, again, I mean, look, I will say this. Like, Waddle had some key catches that kept drives alive, like super important catches that kept drives alive. But they're going for like 8 yards, 7 yards. I mean, what did he have? Like 4 catches for 20-something yards? I mean, it was like, my goodness, like this offense is so, just short.
Lame.
Short. What did you say?
Lame.
I mean, yeah, it's like, I mean, look at this. Jalen Waddle, 5 catches for 39 yards. Tyreek Hill, 5 catches for 49 yards. I know they took that one deep shot to Tyreek Hill, but come on. That had like a 0.01% chance of being caught. Like, had a better chance of being intercepted, honestly. Like, I might do this just to get Brees. Brees is still the guy there. Brees still has potential.
Yeah, I would do it just to take a chance that Brees is that dude, even if he isn't. I mean, come on, Waddle at best is what? At best, I can't say he's more than like a number 3 receiver.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. You take away the touchdowns this week. Tyreek Hill gets you 9 points. Jalen Waddle gets you 8. If they didn't score, those guys didn't score this week, people will be freaking out about them right now.
Yeah. Okay, let's go on to Brother Pickle.
What's up?
Welcome, Brother Pickle. 6-point passing TD, Mayer Herbert. Oh.
Well, it doesn't really change. I mean, I think either May or Herbert could score a rushing touchdown. So I don't think this really changes it. I still got to go Herbert over May. Like I said earlier, he's just playing so well right now.
Yeah, still go Herbert. And then sit Connor Mason, T-Mac, Ladder, Evans. What?
I'm sitting Connor. I already talked about it. I mean, Mason against the Bengals is the workhorse. Love T-Mac. I can't really sit Evans. I can't sit Ladd yet. I talked about it with Connor. Benson taking passing down work. This is not necessarily a good matchup for Connor this week. I'm going to sit Connor out of these guys.
Yeah, sit Connor here. All right, Jay, what's up? Half PPR needs a quarterback and a running back, and then 2 receivers, tight end flex. Herbert or Williams.
I just don't have a good reason to bench Herbert. I mean, Caleb could have a nice game this week, but Herbert's been so good.
Running back, it's worth questioning. Do you go Genty or you go Hubbard?
Oh man.
You know what's super aggravating and worse than the whole Seahawks were like, oh, we have 2 starting running backs. They came out and said, Chip Kelly said, like, yeah, we're basically like in a different way. The gist of it was we're saving Ashton Genty for like later in the year. We're workload management. The dude is a rookie. He's like 22 years old and he just started the season, but they're doing load management on him.
Which is weird because they didn't like do any load management week 1.
It's like
I mean, I just wish it was a better spot for Chuba. And again, down 2 starting O linemen, but at least we know Chuba will catch passes. Chuba's going to be out there like almost every snap. I think you still got to go Chuba here.
Yeah, okay. We need 2 receivers, a tight end, and a flex. Well, the tight end is either Hawk or Fannin.
I'm just gonna go Fannin. I am like, look, if Carson Wentz turns Hawk into a stud, okay, I'll say sorry, my bad. Next week we can play Hawk, assuming it's Wentz again. But I talked about it. I think the Packers give up a ton of just short underneath stuff. That's all they really give up, and I think Fannin at least gives me a floor here. So I'm gonna go Fannin at tight end. You got to start JSN at wide receiver, and I think I still got to put Marvin Harrison as my wide receiver too. And I'm just gonna flex Keenan here. Keenan's been good.
Yep, I agree with all that. And like I've been saying with Hawk, I don't want to drop him yet, but I don't need to start him We'll see how Carson Wentz looks. Doug Fenton needs 2. Chase Brown, Kenneth Walker, or Chuba Hubbard. For the first 2.
Yeah, it's got to be the first 2.
And then another league needs 1. Henderson or Tootin.
I'll just go with Tootin. I mean, we saw Tootin get more involved last week. We saw Henderson get less involved. Yeah, not feeling good about Henderson right now. Still early, but right now, I'll just go Tootin.
Yeah, let's, until further notice, keep Henderson, Harvey, those guys, Hampton too, on the bench. Need to flex between Fannin and Ridley for a flex.
I know I just talked about the Browns tight ends, but come on, what is the upside here? Give me Ridley.
Yeah, for flex, you can go Ridley. All right, Abimanu, 16-teamer, Mac Jones or Bryce Young.
Just give me Mac Jones. I mean, Bryce Young, maybe garbage time gets it done again, but against that Falcons defense, I'll just take Mac Jones.
Yeah, I put Mac Jones in my top 3 for passing yards, not fantasy points, just passing yards. And speaking of that Falcons defense, pick them over the Raiders. I would think you got to.
Yeah, I think you got to. Against Bryce Young, they're a better defense. I mean, I know Raiders, Marcus Mariota, but Marcus Mariota's a vet. He's not going to do anything crazy. He's mobile, although he had Achilles tendonitis in the offseason, so I don't know. Maybe he won't be as mobile, but yeah, give me the Falcons.
Falcons it is. Definitely an improving defense. Derek Gonzalez. Hampton, Hubbard, Kyron, Monty, McConkey, QJ, Ridley, Jennings needs 2 running backs, 1 receiver, 1 flex.
All right, we need 2 running backs here. I think you still got to start Kyron. I might go Monty this week again. The Ravens might be down 2 starting defensive their 2 best defensive tackles. Should be a high-scoring game. He's always got a chance to find the end zone. I mean, Chuba, again, not a great spot for Chuba. I'm going to go Kyron Monty. Although I will say, I mean, Chuba's under consideration. But I'm going to go Kyron Monty. I still got to go Ladd at wide receiver. And then at flex, I'm going Jennings here. Again, Cardinals down 2 corners potentially. We saw last week 10 targets. I'm going to flex Jennings, although I do like Ridley. I think I got to go Jennings over Ridley.
That sounds good. Yeah. Kyron will be interesting to keep an eye on. I think he's, in most situations, you're still starting him. Just don't feel quite
I'm not ready to bench Kyron. I'm not ready to bench Kyron yet.
Yeah. Alex B. Romeo Dobbs or Stephon Diggs?
Well, Dobbs gets a little less interesting now that Kraft is playing. Diggs is only playing I guess all the talk about no limitations on Diggs isn't true because he's only playing 55% or only running 55% of the routes right now. Man, he gets the Steelers. They've been so bad. I think I got to go Diggs here. I mean, Dobbs could score, but what has Dobbs really given? I'll go Diggs.
Yeah, and I said on the stash video, I like Dobbs more for the next couple of weeks, more so than this week. Although Cleveland is pretty much a pass funnel defense, it's still not the worst pass defense. I would go Diggs here too. Moises Gonzalez. Uh-oh. We're 0-2. All right. Let's see what we can do. Lamar. Yeah. Okay. Hampton. CMC, Walker, Dobbins. Yeah, you definitely don't need to start Hampton. Keenan, Nico, Olave, Juwan Johnson, Myers, Daniel Jones, Worthy. Okay, we need 2-2 and a flex.
All right. Yeah, you're starting Lamar. You go CMC, Walker, running back. You got to start Nico. I know he hasn't been great so far, but I'm not benching Nico here. Keenan could be my wide receiver too. We need 1 flex here. Juwan at tight end. That you should feel good. Jacoby. You got Jacoby. Yeah, give me Jacoby this week. This should be a big-time bounce-back spot for the Raiders. So that's what I'm going to do, yeah. And look, you got a good team. You just, I get it. You're 0-2. It sucks. Hampton has killed you. Nico hasn't been great. Walker had a terrible game and a good game. You probably haven't been starting Keenan because you haven't needed him. Myers has just been okay, but you still have a good team here. You take home the win this week, you're just fine, so...
Yeah, a lot of good players in this team. Exactly, just not a great first couple of weeks, but you'll be all right. Black Bag, got that membership. Appreciate it.
Thank
If I
you.
see a question, I didn't see one, but if I do see your name again with a question, we'll put it up. Keep in mind, we're doing questions from those with the membership, also the super chats until we get caught up. So that's the way. If you definitely want to make sure we put your question up, that's the way to do it. But we'll do as many as we can. So Edgar Padilla also is 0-2 going against a 2-0 team, and this is a standard league. Needs 2-2,
All
a
right,
tight end, and a flex.
I get that it would suck to go 0-3, but it's not a must-win yet. You're not a must-win territory. But that being said, we definitely want to win this week, so let's win. All right, yeah, CMC, Kyron are my running backs. London Odunze are my wide receivers. I mean, Ferg Pitts is very, very tough for me. Both in great spots this week.
Matchup.
Yeah, but Pitts has a fantastic match. I mean, the Panthers have given up the second most yards to tight ends this year. They're terrible against the tight end. J.C. Horn, does kind of, I don't want to say shut down wide receiver ones, but he does, he's not bad. And Ferguson, when's the last time Ferguson scored a touchdown? Like 2023? 22? Why can't this guy score a touchdown?
Exactly.
I mean, the tight end decision here is tough, but I think you're okay either way. I don't know. Maybe I lean Ferguson just because he's got the Bears, but could go either way, especially in standard. Because if Pitts scores and Ferguson doesn't, Pitts is probably going to outscore him. I mean, that's just the way it goes in standard. We need one flex. Well, it's got to be one of the running backs. I mean, I guess not feeling Devontae this week. Going to see a lot of Quinion Mitchell.
Well, this is standard. I think we can put in a guy like Connor.
Yeah, I mean, I don't love Connor this week, but he should be fine as your flex.
Yeah, and remembering again, look back at that standard. Go with the guy who has actually scored a touchdown in the past 2 years. Not that he scores that many, but it's Kyle Pitts. Week 13 of 2023. That's the last time Jake Ferguson found the end zone.
That's insane. That is insane.
I know. All right, Alex B now with a super flex question. Stafford or Love?
It's got to be Love. It's got to be Love. I mean, Stafford, this is a tough spot for Stafford. I saw Love. Love is leading every QB in deep throws. Tucker Kraft's playing. The Browns are a definite pass funnel. They're very good against the run. They've shut down the running game so far. Not so great against the pass. I think it's got to be Love. I like Love this week.
Definitely Love here. All right, now Dion. Another non-PPR league. Got Knicks because, of course, people are just done with him. May is also available, so basically wants to know Knicks or May.
I mean, what am I missing with Knicks? Why are people just 100% out on Knicks? I had 3 touchdowns last week. I know he didn't put up massive yards, but I'll take 3 touchdowns for my QB.
Yeah, I'm going Knicks.
I mean, May does have a great spot this week against the Steelers, so I wouldn't fault you for putting May in over Knicks, but I really don't have a compelling reason to bench Knicks yet.
Right. All right. Now we have C. Lewis 74 wants a rating on this 12-man full PPR team. We got Daniels this week, May. Gibbs, Walker, Bill, Ladd, Terry, Pearsall, AJB, Dobbs, Tesla, and then both Browns.
Yeah, this is a team that before the season would have been wow, this Gibbs and Walker, you got Ladd, you got Terry, you got AJ Brown. Oh my gosh, you got Daniels. You got Njoku. We'd have been this team is stacked. And now we're looking at it
this team's probably 0-2.
Are we going to see? Yeah, are we going to see you, AJ Brown? Are you playing this year? Are you showing up for us this year? Terry hasn't done much. Ladd, are you Ladd? What's going on here? Right. But still, this should be a good team, right? We can't just be 2 weeks. We can't be oh, we've seen 2 games. We now know exactly what's going to happen. Right? We have no idea what's going to happen. We get to week 10, we still don't know what's going to happen rest of the season. We get to week 15, we don't know what's going to happen. You know what I mean? we always see guys pop off at the end of the season. Like, it's just, this is still this should be a good team. I'm going to still rate this at least like an 8.5, 8.75. I mean, Ladd, Terry, AJB as your wide receivers to go with Gibbs and K9 as your running backs with JD. I mean, that should be enough in a 12-team league to be one of the best teams.
Right. And like I said, this team is probably 0-2, but it doesn't mean this team should be 0-2. It's just so happens you've got guys who are off to slow starts all on the same team. But yeah, this is still a pretty good team. So you're good. All right. Moses now has been burned twice, this time by Henderson. Yes. Needs 2-2-1 for this squad. Chase, Monangai, Corum, Sutton, JMO, Dobbs, Hollywood, Golden.
Well, I mean, you're going to have to get burned by Henderson again, unless DeAndre Swift is out, and then I could probably feel comfortable firing up Monangai. But I mean, if Swift plays, you can't play Monangai. I mean, are we really going to chase Blake Corum's 40 yards and a touchdown last week when he got 5 carries? You're just going to have to get burned by Henderson again. If he burns you, unfortunately, not much you can do here. Wide receiver, I mean, I'm probably just going to go Jameson and Sutton. I mean, flex is tough. Flex is tough here because you can't flex one of those running backs.
Well, it's 2 receiver, 1 flex. So if he's got Jamar Chase and Jameson,
that's
Sutton,
right.
We're done.
Okay, then just go Sutton and Jameson as a wide receiver and flex. I mean, I will say Golden, if you want to shoot for a massive, because Golden could absolutely have a huge game this week because the Browns, again, they're a pass funnel. The Packers are throwing it deep. This guy could have hit a home run this week, but he could also completely bust. So I probably just go Sutton, Jameson.
Yeah. All right. Jordan Dumas, Hawk, Henry.
I'm just gonna, I'm just gonna take Hunter Henry against the Steelers. Like, it's Carson Wentz. Let me see. Let me see first.
Yeah. Say it again. I don't want to drop Hawk yet, but I don't want to start him this week. Maybe this is all Carson Wentz needed was to be in the Kevin O'Connell system, and maybe that'll unlock him. Is that it?
Yeah. You know how many times I've heard this is all he needed.
Yeah. The if cash money, Goddard or Fannin.
I'm just going to go Fannin. I talk about it. Packers give up a lot of underneath stuff. I don't think Fannin has the biggest ceiling, but I don't think Goddard has a big ceiling either. So it's going to take Fannin.
Agree. And then Herbert or Dimes. They've both been good, but got to go Herbert here, right?
Yeah, I don't really see how you can bench Herbert right now.
All right. Sam Piazza. 2 different leagues. Half. This is a 14-teamer. So May or Caleb.
Man, this one is really close. I mean, Caleb against the Cowboys, May against the Steelers. I mean, both in good spots this week. I think I probably have to give the edge to Caleb.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Caleb is not looked great, but mainly in the end of the game. But we don't care real life. We care fantasy points.
Right.
He at least put up fantasy points in week 1 because he ran. And this is going to be the best matchup they've had so far, by far. So upside. It's always upside. So I'm okay with Caleb. Now the other one, got to go to the waiver wire. There's Mac Jones, Darnold, Wentz, the usual suspects, the guys who weren't drafted.
I think I actually go Darnold here. I think Darnold's my favorite. I mean, Mac Jones is okay, but he's getting the Saints at home. I'm going to go Darnold.
Yeah, I think you're low-key liking Darnold this week as a fallback for those teams that don't have Burrow, whatever. Yeah, Darnold.
Saints
it's one
at
of
home.
It is Saints. Yeah. It's one of those first 2. I think I'll give the edge. If it were me, I'd go Mac Jones just because the Cardinals secondary is all sorts of banged up and they've got more weapons. But it's one of those first 2. Ron Real TV traded Judkins and Worthy for London. It's a win.
I think that should be a win here. I mean, Judkins could get better. Worthy's going to get healthy at some point, but London should still. I mean, we can't just be like after 2 games, okay, London's not, a stud wide receiver anymore. London will, I think this will be a win.
Yeah, always prefer the one elite player versus the 2 good players. There is risk too. There's risk that Judkins misses a game or 2 or gets slapped with a suspension at some point. But besides that, there's risk that Worthy goes out there and plays next week or whenever and re-injures the shoulder. I mean, it's not a guarantee that he's good to go the rest of the year. So
plus he says he's got Rice. So
yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, there you go. Even better. All right. Dead internet theory. Bros is favored to lose by 3. Don't worry about that.
How can you be favored to lose?
Favored to lose?
That must be something that you would find on the dead internet theory. That sounds like a dead internet theory. Like you're favored to lose. That sounds like something Stephen A. Smith would say.
Oh God. All right, let's delve into the lineup here. Flex: Marvin Harrison, Travis Hunter, Golden, Shaheed, Tillman, or Darn Tootin.
Darn Tootin. Darn Bashaw Tootin.
We get return yards here. I remember this. So like Shaheed, it gets more value here. I think Tootin returns some. Golden, okay. But still.
Okay, you get 0.1 for return yards. I mean, how many return yards? I don't even know. I mean, I never look at this. So how many return yards does Rashid Shaheed get in a game generally? I mean, because
I will
not
tell
something.
You right
This
now.
is not something I look at.
I will tell you
What's
right
that?
now. Said I'll tell you right now.
He's averaging 10.3 per game.
He has so far in 2 games. He has 41 punt return yards.
Yeah, and he's not even returning kicks. He's averaging 10.3 per game, so that's like 1.3 fantasy points. That is insignificant.
Yeah.
What about Matthew Golden?
Well, let me see. Golden, still, even if Golden is, look, you don't want to take a chance on the guy starting.
He's got 9 punt return yards. He's got 9 punt return yards on the season.
This is like
insignificant.
Instead of saying like, oh, well, what if he gets a 50-yard touchdown pass? You're like, well, what if he breaks off a 50-yard kick return? It's still like rolling the dice. Like let's go for the guy who gets targets.
Which one?
It's got to be Harrison.
Yeah, it's got to be Harrison. And which one's more like we see 50-yard touchdown passes every week. We don't see 50-yard punt or kick returns every week. And I'm talking about the entire NFL, not just these guys. Yeah, it's still got to be Harrison. The return yards are insignificant here.
Right. All right. There you go. Phil Fiorentino. Thank you, Phil. Had both JD and Fields. That feels great, doesn't it? Picked up Darnold. All right. So you're good. Here's the rest of the lineup. Saquon and Chase Brown, London, Worthy. Well, you definitely need to change
play Worthy.
Wide receiver too.
Yeah, I'll say okay. Oh man. Well, like I'll say Ridley and DK is close this week for me. Christian Gonzalez questionable for the Patriots. I think if he plays, I probably go Ridley, but if he's out, I go DK.
Yeah, I can never love the Steelers offense per se. I do think this could be a pretty solid DK weekend. Look, DK has been solid each of the first 2 weeks. Not great. I don't think he's going to be great this year, but this could be a good week for him. So I think that's fine. And hey, good job getting Kincaid in there. You're pretty happy with that at least.
I said he needs a flex. So I'll flex. I'll probably just flex Mason against the Bengals.
Yeah, that's what I was looking. Change your wide receiver 2, of course, and then flex. Yeah, flex Mason. Okay, let's get to Demetrios, and then he wants to know Pitts or Njoku in non-PPR.
This is definitely Pitts. Definitely Pitts.
Yeah, you're just going for touchdown upside. All right, Ayush needs 3. Neighbors, Evans, Keenan, J-Mo, Ridley. This is the first 3.
Yeah, I think it's got to be. I can't sit Neighbor. I mean, obviously, there's no reason to sit Neighbors. Evans, I'm not sitting him even against Sauce. Keenan's been good. Let's just go first 3.
Yeah. All right, then Wayne, here's the question below. In half, trade Mahomes, Etienne, and Jacobs for Gibbs, Stevenson, and either Myers or Keenan. And let's throw in Jake Browning too.
Yeah, I think you got to take this. I mean, Gibbs, I like Jacobs is good, but give me Gibbs. Well, I don't know. Now that I look at it more, maybe I don't. I mean, yeah, I know you want to get Gibbs.
You're trading 2 running backs. Because Gibbs Jacobs is not a big difference.
Man, I probably prefer Etienne to Stevenson. But yeah. I do like getting Jacoby.
It's funny. I almost think the quarterbacks don't even matter here. Mahomes is like whatever. This is close. It's half PPR.
I don't know.
I feel like to some extent the Gibbs side is a little, if you want to say, safer, just because the risk of Etienne maybe not holding on to the job or something happening there. You get the receiver, solid receiver like Myers, but I hate to give up Jacobs.
Yeah, but you're getting Gibbs for Jacobs, so I think I take this. I think I take it.
It's fair. This is a fair deal.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, Jose Orta. Penix, Stafford, Browning, Mariota, Geno. Pick one.
I think we got to go Penix here. I mean, I'm not starting one of those backup QB. Stafford in a tough spot this week. Geno, I do like Geno. I do worry that Geno's going to be better, but man, coming off that game last week, let's just go Penix.
Yep, that's kind of who I've been going with. All right. Gersepal wants the confirmation again on this lineup.
This is
we definitely go Walker this week. We definitely go Dobbins over Pollard, Lamb, BTJ, and what? Ibuka now that he's playing?
Yes. Juwan at tight end, Dak at QB.
There you go. We got one from Kate Brown. Thank you, Kate. All right, so pick one: BTJ, Ibuka, possibly Ayman.
I'm not ready to bench BTJ yet, especially for these guys. I'm rolling out BTJ again. Like if he's miserable again this week and we see bad signs, then okay, maybe we can start having that talk of like maybe it's time to bench BTJ. But still start.
Yeah. Still playing BTJ until further notice. I don't even want to say that this week is like a make or break. It's not. He's getting the target share. He's a really good receiver. You got to give him the benefit of the doubt.
Yes.
Alex Snodgrass, welcome back. Non-PPR needs 2. Ooh, Mason, K9, and Jacobs. We can only pick 2 here.
Well, it's Jacobs and K9. I mean, I know Mason gets the Bengals, but come on, K9 against the Saints, stud. Jacobs, stud. Can't sit those guys.
Yeah, with Sharp out, you got to go K9. What about Fannin or Henry?
This one's I actually feel slightly better about Fannin because, I mean, 2 weeks in a row, Fannin's at least got the targets. I know Henry's got a great matchup against the Steelers, but I'm going to go Fannin.
Yeah, I'm fine with that, especially after last week. I'm okay. Rage benching Hunter Henry. What about Fannin or Hawk? Well, that's the same thing.
I'm going Fannin.
Full PPR, JCM, Franklin, or Ridley?
I'm definitely going Ridley here. I mean, let's see Franklin string together 2 games. Let's see how Bill's used. Give me Ridley.
Yeah, and then full PPR. Trading Debo and Bill for JSN.
This is a must. This is a league. Yeah. This is a league-winning trade right here. This is a trade that wins you a championship. Get JSN.
Yeah, do that. Do that stat. C. Hibbs, Myers or Wilson?
Ooh. This is actually tough for me this week. I have them both as solid. I mean, Jacoby gets the Commanders, who've been terrible against the pass. I mean, Bucks secondary not great either. But Tyrod Taylor, I think I'm just going to go Jacoby, honestly. I'm going to go Jacoby.
Yeah, I think this, like I said, I'm still starting Garrett Wilson for the most part. But when you have somebody who's close here, Can give the edge to Myers. All right, what about Christian Rodriguez? All right, so Kraft is playing, but do you want to flex Kraft over a running back like Hubbard? I think that's a bit much.
Yeah, especially with him. He is dealing with this knee injury. Let's just go Chuba.
Yeah, go Chuba here. And then back to Alex Snodgrass, a different one. Non-PPR. Okay, two things here. Ted Myers, Sutton, Moore. What are we just picking one?
Wow. Well, if we're just picking one, I think it's got to be. Non-PPR, I think still Ted. Ted could score, right?
Yeah, we want chunk yardage. We want touchdown upside. We're all in on Ted this week. Let's keep it going. And then what about this? Again, remember, this is non-PPR. Trade JCM for Tucker Kraft.
It's hard for me to trade a guy who could be a workhorse running back at some point for the Commanders in a non-PPR league. I think I'm just holding Bill here.
Yeah, running backs are so valuable. And again, I actually think in non-PPR too, it makes a tight end generally less valuable because you got a guy who just can score a touchdown. That's good enough, right? It's typically good enough. Think how devalued Trey McBride is in non-PPR, a guy who racks up catches and gets yards, but never scores touchdowns for whatever reason. He's a lot less valuable. So, Bobby, the FP. It's a 10-man, full PPR, 2-2-2. Hill, Sutton, Rice, Golden. Well, don't know if you already started Hill, but I hope so because you can't start Rice. Gibbs, Brown, Kamara, Kyron, Javante. I was going to say, you need to make a trade here. So who are we trading to upgrade a receiver?
Yeah. Let's see what happens this week. I'll say don't want to trade away Gibbs, of course. Chase Brown's value has taken a bit of a hit, obviously, with, Joe Burrow being out, but he still has a lot of value. I'm thinking if Javante has a big game this week, I'm looking at
because Kyron now we're panicked about Kyron, but do you think this is a good time to kind of max your return for Kyron just in case?
You could trade. But who are we really getting? Look, if somebody's panicked on AJ Brown, I might try to flip Kyron for AJ Brown right now. Gotta believe we gotta believe AJ Brown's gonna get better. Maybe AJ Brown won't be worth a second round pick this year, but he's got to get better.
Yeah, there might be somebody who's worried about Terry because he hadn't done much first 2 weeks. Now JD's hurt. I might go fishing for him. But who should I trade? Yeah, I agree. I don't trade Gibbs or Chase Brown. I try to trade Kyron or Javante probably.
Yeah, I'm almost wondering if Javante does go off again this week against the Bears, if he becomes a guy where I'm hey, let's say, can I trade, Javante Williams for, I don't know, Garrett Wilson? Can I get Lad McConkey if he has a not so great game? Can I get, some high end? Can I maybe even get a Nico Collins if he just has a good game but not an elite game? But
probably
that's for next week. That's for next week.
Yeah. All right. Now let's get to Jordan. So with Kraft playing, do you mitigate the risk? Go with Juwan Johnson.
It's hard to sit Kraft if he's playing. I understand, but there is risk here. He did just injure his knee on Thursday, and it didn't sound like he was going to play, and now he's playing. I think if I have Juwan, I might just go Juwan in this matchup.
Yeah, exactly. You have someone who's good enough. No need to risk it. Young Money is in the house. What's up, Young Money? Was desperate for a QB. Traded Terry. He's a Commanders fan. How can you do this? For Herbert and Devonta Smith.
I mean, at least you got Devonta Smith back, though. It's not like you just traded Terry straight up for Herb, so I'm okay with this. I mean, again, AJ Brown, Devonta Smith, these guys pretty much have to get better, right? They're not going to finish the year with like 600 yards. So I'm okay with this because you got Smith back too.
Yeah, exactly. If you would have done it straight up, we were like, all right, that's not a win, but yeah, I think this will be fine. All right, we got Pandulce, 12-man league, needs 2 receivers in the flex. CD, Devontae, Wandale, Igbuka, Diggs, Ridley, Kyron Connor, already starting. Let's see, Goff, Taylor, Javonte, Johnson. That's all fine.
Yeah. Well, I don't know why. Why didn't CD get the already starting? Like you're thinking about it, you're not sure. Like I'm not sure. Come on, disrespectful to CD Lamb here. You're starting CD Lamb. I'm gonna go Igbuka number 2. Flex is really flex is tough here.
Thinking even in full PPR league, we typically would go. I think a lot of weeks it would go a receiver like Devontae Adams. You got to wonder, Kyron Devontae, that same matchup against the Eagles, what's going to favor the running game or the passing game? We were worried about Devontae because he could get Quinion Mitchell a lot.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to go Kyron here. I don't want to panic on last week. Kyron always has a chance to score like every single week, and he still had like 17 carries and 2 catches last week. It's not like he was like Blake Corum, took a ton of work from him. I think I'm still flexing Kyron here. Like if Kyron's my flex, I'm feeling pretty good.
Right. Based on matchup, that's probably the way to go here. All right. Then we got Brian is live. Jacoby or Diggs?
I think you got to go Jacoby this week. Great matchup. Way better matchup this week.
Yeah, that target share has definitely been better for Jacoby the first 2 weeks than Diggs. And then Ramondre or Chuba?
All right, call me crazy. I'm going to go Ramondre. I actually like Ramondre this week. I mean, you never know. Like maybe this week they give Henderson the ball a ton again or something. I don't know. You never know. But again, I was digging into it. You look, Ramondre, 61% of his runs, man gap blocking concept. Steelers second worst against that concept, plus the highest yards per carry allowed. I'm going to go Ramondre here. Chuba in a tough spot this week, down 2 starting O-linemen. I'm going to go Ramondre.
It's not crazy at all. I don't know. If it's me, I would probably stick with Chuba. I don't trust Josh McDaniels, but also I kind of feel like this is a week where, we talk about teams coming back, and that Steelers defense should not be bad. They should actually be one of the better defenses. I feel like this might be a get right game for them. So we'll see what happens. I would rather take the more sure workload of Chuba. What about Jordan again? T-Mac or London?
Ooh, I think I'm going to go T-Mac this week. I mean, I'm not out on London, but London is going to see a decent amount of JC Horn. I mean, T-Mac, no AJ Terrell. This should be a big T-Mac week.
Higher on London, slightly concerned about. Higher on T-Mac this week. Slightly concerned about London because he does get JC Horn on the other side. Yeah. Let's go T-Mac. Cornelius Terry, Murray or Goff? We had this earlier. It's definitely Goff.
Yeah, definitely Goff.
Ooh, Kamara or Genti?
Yeah, this is easily Kamara. You don't need to risk it with Genti here.
Yeah, definitely Kamara. Seahawks or Falcons on defense? Both good choices.
I'm going to go Seahawks at home against Rattler, but both good choices.
Yeah, both are good choices, but the Seahawks, because they are at home. All right. Brent McFarland is throwing this out there. Got a DraftLane question in there. Well, you know what? Let's check it out before we keep going, which, by the way, we're getting to the super chats. We will answer every super chat as long as it takes. So if you want your question posted, that's the way to guarantee it. We're catching up, so don't worry. But we do have some DraftLane questions, as you can see. You can download DraftLane if you haven't tried it yet. It's a free download. And if you are new, trying it for the very first time, use code NGAME in the little settings area, and you get 10 free credits. You can ask your first couple totally free, risk-free. Let's do I don't know if it's Brent's because y'all have different usernames on there. Can never always tell who's who. But let's do one of those questions. So let me
All right,
see here.
let's do it.
Share the screen. There it is. All right. Well, I don't see one that says his name, but that's okay. Let's do which one do we want to do here? You want to do start sit or just a generic ask question?
Let's do a start sit. I mean, the ask questions could be start sit, but
true. All right. Which, by the way, mention this for those who weren't here at the very top. See, it says sleeper here. If you have a sleeper or Yahoo League, it syncs with the DraftLane app. We click on roster here. You can see your roster. It's a pretty cool feature. So he wants to know this user start JCM or Matthew Golden in the flex, and then Penix or Darnold at QB.
Well, I'm going to go Darnold at QB. That one's pretty easy for me. Just way safer here, I think, than Penix. Yeah. I mean, Merritt. I guess Darnold must be on waivers because I don't see it on his team. So he'd probably. I'm fine dropping Penix for Darnold. No one's rushing out to pick up Penix. Merritt Golden is tough because, I mean, Merritt certainly much safer than Golden, but Golden just has so much more upside this week. Like so much more. It's like yeah, Merritt could get you like 8 to 14 points if he scores. Golden could get you like 0 to 30.
Yeah, we've been saying, Bill, he's finally. He should. It's like he's got to. He doesn't have to. He should get finally RB1 touches. But on the same hand, is this gonna be a super high scoring game? Maybe not. Well, let's do it. I've been looking into it as well too. We keep saying this. Cleveland is pretty much a pass funnel. Kraft is playing, but maybe not 100%.
Yeah.
All right, so put some feedback here. All right, go Golden for upside. You can drop Penix for Darnold. Everything else good? All right. There it is. And then if you do one of these, ask a question, whatever it is. See, people using their points. Do it. Take advantage. All right. Let's get back to the super chats, though. Brady. Pick 2. Pollard, J-Mo, Sutton. QJ, Bill, Ricky P. Also, Bo or Goff.
I'll go Goff over Bo for sure.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to go Pearsall, Jameson, and Pollard close. Pollard is in such a great spot this week, but I mean, okay, yeah, he might get 20 carries. Is he going to score? Is he going to catch any pass? Like, I know he's not going to catch any passes. Like Cam Ward is the anti Joe Flacco. Like, he doesn't see anything. He doesn't see anything like 10 yards or closer. He like doesn't even see it. It's like, what is it? Like nearsighted and farsighted? Like you put something close to him and he's like, I can't read that, but you put something far away and he can read it perfectly. Like he does not see anything close to the line of scrimmage. Like everything is down the field. Like, you know what I mean? I'll run around for 10 seconds until somebody gets open deep. It's PPR. I mean, Pollard probably your safer choice, but I think Jameson is more up. Yeah, I mean, it's the Ravens. Should be a high-scoring game. I'm going to go Pearsall and Jameson here.
Yeah, go for that upside. Exactly. Cam Ward is going to be like Jameis Winston, but better because he actually keeps his eyes open when he throws it.
Yes.
Good for fantasy eventually. Jason, sticker picker. All right. Warren, who is in, he's playing, or Ferguson, who gets that tasty matchup.
I know he's got a tasty matchup, but I have no reason to bench Tyler Warren. Tyler Warren's been so good. He just feels like a set and forget. I'm just starting Warren.
Yeah, Warren, I think already is kind of a set and forget. Now we don't have him in must-start territory yet, but that's partly because he's also he was questionable this week. But man, it's
Actually,
not going to be
we did put him in the must start.
We did?
Yes.
Did we really?
I mean, how do you bench Tyler Warren? Like, how do you not play Tyler Warren?
Wow, you're right. We did. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Let's start. Then there's no question.
I mean, yeah.
Ron Scobb, 8-teamer, got offered Genty and McLaurin for Jacobs and Hill.
I mean, this is like I strongly prefer Jacobs to Genty, but I strongly prefer Terry to Hill. But I mean, I think just to get Jacobs, I take this deal, even though I don't want to take Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, well, I mean, the gap now between Hill and McLaurin, Hill has actually done something, at least for the last 2 weeks. At least there's signs of life here. It looks like he says got offered. I think somebody's trying to give him Genty and McLaurin. So this is the case, you'd say no, right?
Yes.
Zachary Mudd just did this trade. All right. Received Pollard. Traded away Jameson and May because he needed an RB2. Thoughts?
Yeah, it's fine. Because I mean, Drake May, I'm assuming Drake May is like your backup QB, so he doesn't even count here. So you basically traded Jameson for Pollard. Yeah, if Jameson's your wide receiver 5, totally fine with this.
Right. In a vacuum, would prefer JMO to Pollard, but it's not a big difference. But if this helps your team, yeah, you're not going to necessarily miss it. Brian Rogers needs 2 receivers, 1 running back, 2 flex. Flowers, Evans, McMillan, Adams, Keenan, Jennings, Pickens, Scattaboo, Mason, Pacheco, Tootin, Benson.
Thank goodness we only need 1 running back. Let's just start Mason and call it a day at running back. I think I'm starting Tet and Flowers, and then we got 2 flexes. I'm still flexing Evans. I have no reason to bench Evans, even though I know he hasn't been great to start the year. He's been fine. And then I think Keenan's got to be. Pickens. I missed Pickens. Okay, Pickens has got to be the other flex.
Yeah, we have a lot of good receivers here. I think, it's those first 3 plus Pickens. All right, there you go. You're welcome and good luck. How about Football de Noche? Would you trade Igbuka to get Ladd?
I think so. I mean, we can't just already after 2 games be like Igbuka is going to be better than Ladd McConkey. I mean, maybe he will be, but it's been 2 games. I'll take Ladd here.
Yeah, you got to figure Igbuka may not score every week, may not do as well as he's done every week as he has the first 2, and Ladd might actually score going forward.
And there's talk that Godwin could return next week.
And Godwin is already, like they were saying, week 5. He might be back next week. So yeah, exactly. Hilal Sob. Could you go? Well, you don't have to worry about this. Kraft is not out, but then asking or Pitts or Hawk.
I mean, I think I still have to go Kraft here. I don't know if I can put. I like Pitts. It's a good spot for Pitts, but we can't act like Pitts is a sure thing and Hawk far from a sure thing right now. Kraft's playing. It's good enough for me.
Yeah, I mean, this week definitely not Hawk, and I mean, even if Kraft was completely out, which he's not, I don't think it would go Musgrave over those guys. Pitts, this is tough, and in fact, right here we had the same question. Itachi, we have been asked about Kraft quite a bit. Kraft or Pitts? I can make a case for going Pitts. You don't have to worry if Kraft isn't 100%. They don't throw it his way that much. So I would be okay with Pitts, but Kraft was cleared already today, right? It was not a game time decision. It seems like they're like, it was a scare. Like they thought something was wrong. But apparently nothing's wrong, right? So I think you just have to assume like you start him as if nothing ever happened.
Danny, I don't know if you could go like nothing ever happened, but you still, I guess, feel good because something did happen.
Something clearly, happened that freaked everyone out, but apparently he's okay. Danny, tell again, I'd be okay if you want to just go Pitts. I don't think he's in a good spot. 14-teamer from Danny D needs help. So here we go. Mariota, Wentz, Rodgers, Stafford, Lawrence, or Mac Jones.
I just go
No
Mac
Darnold.
Jones here. Just go Mac Jones here.
Yeah, I don't see Darnold or because it's a 14-teamer. That's why. Yeah, let's go Mac Jones and hope JD's good next week. Lunchbox. Devonta Smith or Ibuka, is that enough to get Rashee Rice, or is it too much?
Oh, I definitely think it's enough. I mean, Devonta Smith. I mean, Ibuka definitely should get you Rashee Rice right now because he's been good to start the year. He's a rookie. He's actually playing. Rashee Rice isn't, and that usually is enough for people to be like, especially if the Rashee Rice guy is 0-2. Smith is closer. I mean, because Smith hasn't really done anything yet. So, I mean, maybe Smith isn't enough. I mean, but I think I would still take Rice over both these guys, honestly.
Yeah, I'm not worried about Devonta Smith per se. I mean, AJ Brown's the one everyone's worried about, right? But I feel like Devonta Smith is always one of those guys that will have the occasional boom and more weeks and often you're like, do I want to start him? Right? Because they'll string together like mediocre games. And then somehow at the end of the year, it comes out okay statistically. You know what I mean? But it's like it's so all or nothing. Just give me Rashee Rice. I would rather trade Devonta Smith here. I think Ibuka is enough. I think this is fair too. So it could go either way. All right, let's go to Joni 0418. Are these projections? Is that what we're going with here? Stevenson or Chubb?
Yeah, are these fantasy projections? They're projecting Chubb for 12.99. I'll take the Stevenson line. This is the Steelers. Give me the Stevenson.
Yeah, and also like for context, we're talking PPR, half PPR. If it's any sort of PPR, I'm definitely going Stevenson higher. Chubb is not really the pass catcher that Stevenson is. Stevenson was didn't he lead the team in receptions last week?
Yeah, and again, I mean, there's always a chance that they get Henderson more involved, but it's the Steelers.
Look, just say it now. If you have Chubb, just try to trade him, get something for him. He's not holding on to that job much longer, is he?
No.
Mark Rodriguez needs 3. Bucky, Bijan, I'm assuming. Walker or Mason. Yeah, we want to play them all, but we can't.
Yeah, and look, like Bijan's a must, obviously. Walker's basically a must this week. I will say I'm a little nervous for Bucky because, again, like he's got the most carries, man gap rushes, and the Jets are actually second best against that. And the Bucs have 3 starting offensive linemen out right now. But I still can't bench Bucky. I just can't do it. Like, Mason not going to really catch a ton of passes. How good is that Vikings offense really going to be with Carson Wentz? I still got to go the first 3.
Yeah, Bijan is never a question, like ever.
No.
And we were already fully all Walker because Sharp is out. Like if Sharp was still there, then I would say, okay, fine, sit Walker because we don't know how many carries he might get. But it's between Bucky and Mason. I agree. Got a little bit concerned for Bucky here. Can't play them all. Bobby, the FP again. Trade Kyron to get Ladd and Pacheco. So basically,
I do this just to get Ladd. I don't really care about Pacheco. I don't really want Pacheco, but I'll do this just to get Ladd.
Yeah, agree. Mark, what's up, Mark Evans? Will DraftLane answer any questions?
Only one way to find out, Mark. Ask the question and see what happens.
Now I'm both intrigued and slightly frightened.
Yes, for sure. For sure.
Big dog pound. Let's start one. Pearsall or Moore?
Ooh, this is tough because DJ Moore gets the Cowboys, but we just seen Romo Dunze be so much more involved. And if you watch the Booms video, I talked about how the coverage shell that the Cowboys run just favors Odunze so much more than DJ Moore. Can I really put Pearsall in over DJ Moore right now?
Pearsall's been getting more targets and bigger target share, but at the same time, matchup matters. Matchup always matters.
Yeah, I think I still got to go DJ Moore this week against that Cowboys defense.
Yeah. Go upside. Cody, how do we feel about Diggs? Got offered him for Darnell Mooney. I would take him over Mooney.
Yeah, give me Diggs over Mooney.
And how do we feel going forward? Like, remember, he's still coming. He's basically getting to like a year removed from that injury, that knee injury. It's going to take a little bit of time for a veteran guy to get all the way back and for this offense to fully click in the pass game. I think he will get better, you know. Also, that talk of Kayshon Boutte being the number one guy. All right, maybe it was a little premature after 1 week, but he is going to be a factor. But they don't have anybody besides those two really at receiver. So I think Diggs will still be fine. All right, we have now Jamie Tamayo. Speaking of Diggs, him or Higgins?
How low can we be on T. Higgins?
Well, low enough that this is a tough decision.
Well, I know Diggs gets the Steelers, but he's running so few routes. I know it's Browning, though. Oh, man. I think I still have to go T. Higgins over Stephon Diggs. I don't think I can drop T. Higgins this low.
Yeah. Not loving it. Not loving it if you have T. Higgins, but it's not like Stephon Diggs. What did Diggs do last week? 1 catch, I think. So it's not like a sure thing either.
Yeah,
still probably go Higgins here. This is interesting. Let's do a couple. You know what? Let's do a quick get us as we catch up to super chats. We're still getting there. Let's do a quick lightning round. How about that? Delirious George. You've heard of Curious George? This is his cousin. Do I trade Hampton for Rice?
This is tough because it's not. We can't just completely give up on these rookie running backs after 2 games. Like, we see rookie running backs come on late in the year every single season, right? We see it every single year. But also, we know Rice. We know he's going to be back week 7, and he's not coming back from an injury, right? It's not like, he's coming back from a major knee injury or something. I think I might just take Rice here.
And this, as always, kind of comes down to team roster construction and need. Is Hampton a guy that you're okay benching this week? I hope so. And you have a perfectly good RB2 behind him. All right, fine. If you need more at receiver, I think it's fair though. I would say it's fine to do this. What about the Shark, Commodore de Sarda, Hollywood or McLaurin?
I'm just gonna go Terry. I don't care that Worthy's out. Like it didn't happen for him last week. Maybe it'll happen for him this week. I like Terry with Mariota. I think he'll be fine.
Agree. I think Terry will be fine as well. Another Hampton question. Alex Gonzalez, leave Hampton or put in Scadaboo or Tootin? Jeez. I don't think I put Scadaboo against the Chiefs.
Yeah, how low are we? I will say it sounds like Andrew Thomas might play, which helps, but it's still the Chiefs. I might just gamble on Tootin here, honestly. At least he catches some passes. He's got big play potential.
All right. There you go. Texas Pete. Back to the super chats. We got to get there. Start 2 receivers. Evan Sutton, Ricky Ridley, Golden, Tillman, Io Minor, and then a tight end has way too many.
Why do you have Otten and Tonjes? Like, Tonjes wasn't even the guy. It was who was the Farrell scored the touchdown last week? Like, or whoever it is. Like, yeah, you don't need the 49ers tight end not named George Kittle. You don't need Cade Otton. No. Cade Otton is like Sasquatch. He's like a myth that people randomly see when every other Bucs wide receiver is out for the game. It's like, oh, hey, look, I think I see Cade Otton. And then the next week he disappears again because it's like, wait, where'd he go? You don't need those guys. Get them off the team. I think you still got to start Evans, and I'll probably do Pearsall. Ridley's close. I do like Ridley this week. Sutton in a tough spot. Golden too risky still. Might go Evans and Pearsall here.
Yeah, that sounds good. Not feeling great about Sutton this week. Golden has upside, but it's not a sure thing. Legend needs to drop one receiver in a 14-team sleeper league because he's getting Olave and Pittman in a trade. Got Wilson or Ridley. Currently flexing. Austin got Rice and Ayuk on the bench.
Well,
So he's asking if he drops Austin or Ayuk.
Yeah, if you're getting Olave and Pittman, you don't need to flex Austin anymore. You should be flexing one of those guys, so you can drop Austin.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to drop Ayuk for a guy like Calvin Austin. So no. It's definitely Austin. Alex Matos. Yeah, thank you. All is well. Have a flex question. BTJ. Probably BTJ.
Yeah, if this is your I'm fine flex. I have no problem flexing BTJ this week.
Right. You have decent options there otherwise, but this basically comes down to, do you trust BTJ or not? I think you still got to trust BTJ enough. What about shout out to 10-team half PPR? Got Hertz, Bijan, Chase, Chuba, Bill. Does it say QJ?
Yeah, QJ in the running backs?
QJ probably belongs to the other one. Tet, Jacoby, Ridley, Devonta Smith, Goddard, Juwan, Pitts. We need 1, 2, 2, 1, 1.
I mean, you do not need Dallas Goedert when you have Juwan and Pitts. I think I still got to go Juwan over Pitts, even though I do really like Pitts this week. You got to start Bijan. I'm starting Chase Brown. I'm starting Tet and Jacoby. I'm flexing Ridley.
There you go. All sounds good. John B. Needs 2. Walker, Pollard, Dobbins, Bill.
Ooh, Walker and Dobbins, I think, are going to be my choices. Pollard, interesting. Definitely has a good matchup this week. But, again, where are the receptions? Where are the touchdowns? Walker and Dobbins.
Yep. Dobbins got that revenge game on tap. Brian Babulich needs advice. Nick Silverfield. That's an easy one. Scat, yep. Gibbs, Jones, and Sharps. Okay. BTJ, Sutton, QJ, Mooney, Tillman, and then you got Bride. Okay, trade Sutton and Scattaboo for Hampton, Waddle.
I mean, I probably take this trade. I'd probably do this trade if you're getting Hampton and Waddle, because I still prefer Hampton to Scattaboo long term. I mean, I probably prefer Sutton to Waddle, but I think Hampton can be significantly better than Scattaboo this year. This isn't going to really help you much in the short term, though. I mean, is that Aaron Jones? He's on IR for 4 weeks. Charbonnet dealing with a toe injury. That's not good for a running back. I mean, you got to start Scattaboo and Gibbs this week, I guess.
Yeah, the depth there. So he's asking, do I drop a receiver to pick up any of those? I mean, all those running backs are basically handcuffs, just backups. It doesn't really help you now either, but...
Yeah, I mean, I will say keep an eye on Swift. If Swift is out, I would pick up Moninga. I probably would start him over Scattaboo, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, I think you could drop Tillman probably right now if you want, just because you do need help at running back. You can stash Moninga, and if not Moninga, then Marks might be the next guy up. I think that's fine. Yeah. But if we're doing this trade, I think I would do this trade just to get Hampton to help your running back situation, and you're probably going to have to start Hampton this week, and that's okay. It's not ideal, but it's what you got. Seth Swirsky. Thank you, Seth. Hurts, Henry, Brees, Neighbors, Higgins, Andrews, Flexen, Javante, and Debo, Igbuka. You got 3 flexes? All right. Bench, Ridley, Strange, Downs, Kirk. Thoughts?
I'm going to put Ridley in over Debo. I know Debo's been good, but Marcus Mariota, no touchdown, no upside here. I'm going to put Ridley in over Debo, but I think everything else looks good.
Yeah, everything else looks solid. Yeah, too soon for Kirk. All right. Well, there you go, Seth. You're good. What about Ginyu Force? Feel like I have the team to beat, but is 0-2. All right, it's a 14-teamer. Superflex. Okay, got Dak and Mac and Purdy. Bijan, Javante, Walker, Mason, Terry, Tet, Nico Ridley, Io Minor, and Juwan Johnson. For a 14-teamer, this is a pretty good team.
Yeah, you do have a great team here. I mean, I understand why you're 0-2 because I mean you probably well, I mean you probably haven't been starting Javonte, I'm guessing, because you have Kenneth Walker. Terry hasn't been great. Ted hasn't been great. I mean, they haven't been bad, but they haven't been great. Collins hasn't been great. Yeah, this team should be just fine. I mean, this week you got to go Bijan and Walker. You got to go Nico and Tet. 2 flexes. I mean, you got to flex. Javonte Williams has to be one of your flexes. It's full PPR. I probably still go Terry, but I'm also okay with Mason. Has a higher floor, I think, than Terry. Mason might be the better play than Terry, honestly.
Yeah, Mason or Terry is close. Feel good enough about Terry. I would probably stick him in there, but agree with everything else. I think Mac Jones will be totally fine until Birdie comes back. So good job at least getting him. And Dak should go off this week. So yeah, you'll be fine. This is a good team. All right, now Joe Hill. Thank you, Joe. This is a 10-teamer in half, hurting at RB after the King. Sadly, Pacheco is the RB2. That is kind of sad, actually. Nico, Scary Terry, Mooney, Dobbs was offered a trade. Either Evans or Nico for Javonte Williams. That's too much.
That's too much. That's too much. This is banking on Javonte being this good all year long. Like, I think it's just too risky.
Yeah, even I'm like, okay, Terry? Is Terry for Javonte even fair? Like, maybe if you're desperate.
Yeah, I could do Terry for Javonte because you are desperate here.
Definitely not Nico. And if this guy doesn't want it, then you don't need Javonte Williams. Go find another RB. So, yeah, you can trade one of those guys so that you're not hurting at RB2 because in the 10-man league, you can't afford to have too many gaps in your lineup. But, yeah, don't sell Nico right now. All right, we got Chief Perp, May or Caleb.
Ooh, I think we had this earlier, right? This is close, but I think I'll give Caleb the slight edge.
Yeah, we already kind of had this earlier. Caleb for upside. What is up, Rise? Good morning. It's 12-teamer. Danny Dimes will return to the Mac.
Got to go Danny Dimes. He's been too good. Been too good, sadly.
Yeah, I'm fine with Danny Dimes. Shellback, Toy, Rewind, Knicks or Caleb?
Man, these Knicks questions. Why'd you guys draft so much Knicks? Knicks was like one of those QBs where I was like, he's right in that zone where I think he's going just a little too high this year. I think he's going just a little too high. Everybody loves those year 2 QBs that did pretty good year 1. It's just a thing. People can't help themselves.
Because year 2 always has to be better, right?
I mean, Nick should be fine, right? I mean, Caleb. I mean, Knicks does get Chargers on the road. I might go Caleb over Knicks, honestly.
Knicks is fine. He's solid this week. Caleb is for that upside. It depends on your risk tolerance here. Speaking of risk, he's putting money on the Rams. I think they're going to upset the Birds. Again.
Well, you know, it wouldn't completely shock me. I mean, the Eagles aren't like dominating teams.
This is true. And look, I was said earlier, said at the very beginning, there are some 2-0 teams that you just assume are going to win that will not win. Well, the Rams are also somehow 2-0. But let's see. All right, Martin Perez. Swift or Ramondre?
I think I do like Ramondre this week, but I think if Swift plays, I mean, it's the Cowboys. That run defense is terrible. I think if Swift plays, I gotta go with him. But if he's out, Ramondre's not a bad option.
Yeah, Swift again right now listed questionable. My Twitter doctor of choice, the guy I worked with at Rotoballer, Deepak Chona. He's definitely not a sensationalistic kind of guy. He says data projects 2/3 chance of playing, but possibly a dip in touches. So again, there's risk here, but of course, there's also risk from Ramondre just being on the Patriots. So Swift still has more upside. James Jones, 0-2, facing Buddy, who's also 0-2. This feels like a bragging rights situation. 2 quarterbacks, 2 running backs, 3 receivers, a tight end, and a flex. Got Herbert. So Jones or Young. We don't know which Jones.
Yeah, I don't think it matters. Mac or Daniel, I'm going with one of the Joneses.
True. Kyron Genti, Etienne, Harvey for RB. We need 2.
I think you got to go Kyron Etienne here.
Yeah. Well, I guess he said it. Receiver. He says flex, Jennings, Igbuka, Olave, or running back.
I'm gonna flex Igbuka. I mean, I do like Jennings. I'm not flexing Genti or Harvey. I do like Jennings this week, but I mean, Igbuka against the Jets with Sauce being on Evans a lot, he should be good. Let's go Igbuka.
Yeah, with this group, and I just don't think you need to risk it with Genti. Sit him out for this week, and let's see it happen. Jim K. Different leagues, ladder Pickens.
I'm gonna. I hate to do it, but I think I got to go Pickens.
We're all in. We're firmly all in. Both people. The flag has been planted. Pickens. Probably Javonte Williams or Pollard. If it's Javonte,
definitely Javonte here.
Hollywood or Sutton.
I mean, I don't love Sutton this week, but I'm playing him over Hollywood.
Yeah, I mean Pearsall or Ladd.
Okay, I can't bench Ladd for Pearsall yet.
Right. So here we go. So you do get to start Ladd once. Now we got big man fishing. What is up with no Sharp? Hertz, Mason, CMC, Nico Tet, Flex, Keenan, McBride has K9 on the bench. Yes, let's change that.
Yeah, let's get K9 off the bench with Charbonnet out, or probably out. I'm putting Walker over Mason. I like Mason this week, but come on, Kenneth Walker's better going against the Saints. Give me Walker. I mean, if you want to put Mason in over Keenan, I'm okay with that. It is the Broncos, but I think Keenan should be fine. But yeah, Walker over Mason.
Yeah, it's a 10-teamer, so you're going to have some tough decisions, but you got to get Walker in there. Right, we have a super sticker from Tom Staker. Thank you, Tom. I'm going to look around and see if there's a question. Keep in mind, if you did super chat, we're going to answer it for sure. We don't just do super chats, but we definitely need to get caught up on the super chats so y'all aren't waiting too long. So y'all can keep posting your questions, but for the time being, we're just sticking to super chats. And also those who have the memberships, like James Jones again. He also, by the way, that same question with Jones or Young, he said he also gets Sam Darnold. I think I'd still go with the Jones.
Well, if it's Mac Jones, I'll go Darnold. If it's Daniel Jones, I'll go Daniel Jones.
All right, there you go. Here's 10-team league, full PPR. Starting Herbert, Evans, Wilson, Moore, Gibbs, Swift, Tucker, Kraft. Any changes here? AJ Brown on the bench.
I still have to go AJ Brown over DJ Moore. I just have to. I can't. Although, oh no, you got Gibbs and Swift to your running backs. Yeah, I can't. Can't do it. I can't put DJ Moore in over AJ Brown. I just can't. If you want to do it, fine. Go ahead. It's your team, Tom, but I can't do it personally.
No, I wouldn't do it either. And look, DJ Moore does have a really good matchup. He could have a nice game, but he also hasn't been getting a ton of targets. He's not a sure thing, right? If it was a Dune, like, okay, that you can see AJ Brown for Dunze, but
all right, Dog's going nuts. We got Knicks, H.A. Connor, Malik Neighbors, BTJT Higgins, Swift in the flex. Got May Pittman and Stevenson on my bench. I'm going Stevenson over James Conner. I'm doing it. I like Stevenson's matchup way more this week. If Swift is out, you can always put Connor in at the flex.
Any moves? Okay. I don't see anything else that needs to be changed, right? Receiver still good. Okay. There you go, Martin. Good luck. Robert Perky. We need to rank all these flex options. All right, here we go again. 10-teamer.
All right, I'm gonna say Javonte 1, Tet 2. Although yeah, Javonte 1, Tet 2, Mason 3, Jawan 4, Swift 5, Sutton 6, Pollard 7. But you could talk me into Pollard over Swift or Sutton, honestly.
Yeah, I'm good with that. I think Tet and Javonte are clearly. I mean, you probably know if you saw the Boom video, there's guys we think could have huge games. Those are strong starts for us. So those are clearly at the top. And Mason, I feel like, is rock solid. So there you go. Yeah, well, the decisions get tough when you have 30 leagues. So
yes,
feel your pain. Feel your pain. All right, what is up, Joe Castles?
What's up, Joe? What happened to our chess matches?
Yeah, I know. I still got one going on with him, and I'm not doing much better against him than I do against you. So, all right, pick one for the flex. Dobbins, Ridley, or Fannin?
Not Fannin. Dobbins, Ridley, close. I mean, Dobbins, the Amazon on Pro. Yes, I remember the Amazon. Yes, Pro Wrestling. Dobbins, probably your safer option here, but if it's PPR, I like Ridley. I'm going to go Ridley.
Yeah. Yeah, Dobbins is pretty solid this week. Ridley for, I guess, a little bit more upside. It's kind of odd for me. I kind of feel maybe a little bit better about Dobbins, but yeah, Starman. Sorry, it's like I had to look it up. The Amazon Starman, King Slender, Giant Panther, King Corn Karn, Fighter Hayabusa. Those are the wrestlers.
Yes, I remember King Corn Karn because I remember it was such a weird name. It's like, what?
Yeah, how they come up with those things. All right, Zachary Mudd, a different league, able to play Jefferson, Adams, and Tet, JT, and Brees. Should I get another backup plan for RB3?
I mean,
yes, but no.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, but who are the other running back threes you can get? Like, I doubt anybody good is just sitting on your waiver wire. I mean, maybe.
Yeah, if you're asking, like, should I trade one of these guys to get a better RB3, the answer is no, if that's what you're asking. Chief Perp, Keenan or Sutton?
I think you got to go Keenan. He's just been good. This is a tough spot for Sutton this week against the Chargers. Go Keenan.
Yeah, not loving Sutton this week. All right. Tarsha Lawson Werner, welcome back. 10-team full PPR. With no JD, we're going Russ, Darnold, or May.
Darnold, May, very close. Very, very close. I'd probably go Darnold at home against the Saints.
Good with that. Playing Bijan, okay, needs 1 and 2 and a flex. Pollard, Dobbins, Judkins, London, Debo, Pearsall, Ridley, Wandale.
I'm going to go Dobbins at running back here. Although I will say, Pollard very close too, but Dobbins at running back. London. I go 2 wide receivers and a flex. It's full PPR. I'll go London, Pearsall, Ridley.
Yep, that's what I was thinking. All right, you're good. What about Kevin Maldonado, Imanor, Shaheed, Scattaboo, or Henderson at the flex?
Do I just risk it with Imanor here? Shaheed? I might just risk it with Imanor here. These are all risky.
Yeah, Scatterboo just in a really tough matchup. Let's go. Imanor is getting the target share. Cali Loco. Drop Bigsby for Corum as a stash. Sure.
Yeah, I guess. You don't own Saquon or Kyron. I mean, either one. I mean, Corum certainly, I feel confident if Kyron goes down, is going to get almost every touch in that Rams backfield.
Yeah. James Jones. I feel like, is this the same one? Looks like it's the same one. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's the same one.
All right, James. Hopefully we got that. We got that in for you. Jake the Snake, Sutton or Devontae Adams.
Ooh, this one's close, but I think I know Adams. I say Quinion Mitchell, but I probably feel better about Adams. His usage. Adams low key. No one talking about it. Adams' usage has been off the charts. Like I think he's like 5th or 6th in expected fantasy. Like his usage has actually been. I know people aren't gonna be like, "Nah, you're wrong." His usage has actually been better than Puka. Not saying he's better than Puka. I'm just saying his usage has been. I'll go Adams, even in a tough matchup.
Yeah. I just don't love Sutton this week either. Keep saying that. Let's do this one. We haven't had a defense question yet, have we? Spooky bets. Jags, Bucks, Colts, Falcons. Which defense to stream? Jags get Texans. Bucks get Jets. Colts get Titans, but they're on the road. The Falcons get the Panthers.
Yeah, I'd probably just take Falcons here. Great defense against Bryce Young. That doesn't scare me.
Yeah, the Falcons, as mentioned on one of the videos, I can't remember. They already got 7 sacks. They're up there. I mean, they're getting pressure. They're doing what they didn't do last year. They're actually looking legit. And Panthers offense is not. Humade, 12-teamer. Let's say 2 PPR.
Half PPR. 12-team, half PPR.
Oh, it's like there's no space here. I think spaces help. Okay. I was like, what? Dak, okay, Gibbs, Genty, Dobbins, Judkins, Algier, Nico, Keenan, Pickens, Ridley, J-Mo Goff, Andrews. Okay. Just traded Kamara and Walker for Gibbs and Pickens.
I think that's fine. I mean, look, as much as I like Walker and Kamara, you got to prefer Gibbs here. And Pickens, you get a good receiver back. So we're going to go – I'm going to go Gibbs, Dobbins this week. Nico Pickens at wide receiver. And if you need a flex, even in half, I think Keenan's a good flex.
Agree. I think that trade is solid. It's not like a lopsided either way, but I think you came out probably slightly ahead. All right. Let's go to Robert Cano. Well, I don't think I would pick up Kendrick Bourne even if Jennings was out. But Jennings is probably going to play, right?
Yeah, but I might play. Oh, wait, Kendrick Bourne? Oh, no. I thought it was Booty. Yeah, no. If Jennings is out, just play Tootin.
Yeah. Jennings, they did this last week. In fact, we weren't even sure if he was going to play last week because, remember, he was missing a lot of time in the preseason. And he played, and he looked totally fine, led the team with 10 targets. So I'm not worried about this week. It's just precautionary. So Jennings is probably going to play. This is one you probably didn't expect. Ivan Vieira, Adam Thielen, or Christian Kirk?
Oh, just give me Christian Kirk. Adam Thielen. I think we could finally move on from Adam Thielen, right?
I'm pretty sure that should have been done a while ago. Yeah. How about Ray Morales? Did I miss the Jaden Blue part? You didn't miss anything because there's nothing to miss here. You can drop.
Yeah, I mean, will he be active this week? Maybe, but maybe not again. Yeah, you can drop Jaden Blue.
Right now, it's looking like he's going to need an injury just to even be on the roster. Brian is live. Which 2 to start? Higgins, Jacoby, DK, Wandale.
All right, well, Jacoby's the one I think you got to start here. I'll say DK is probably my next choice. You got to be nervous about Higgins. Wandale, I know. I know he's been good. Russ talking up Wandale like he's an elite wide receiver and all this stuff. Like, not ready. I don't think I'm ready to do it. Jacoby and DK.
Yeah, I stand behind my waiver wire recommendation to pick up Wandale, sure, but I don't want to start him this week. It's the Chiefs. So I think it's just too soon. It's not a good matchup. And if you have a good other option, which you do, you have two good enough options here. Yeah, you don't have to start him. So I do feel like DK could have a decent week here. Higgins is the tough one.
Yep.
I'm going to go Jacoby DK. I can sit Higgins when I have two good enough options. You know, not like he's a must sit, like I'm out on Higgins completely, but I can go on my team DK and Jacoby. But it's close. The unexpected baseball question from Jake the Snake. Chris, you've probably been paying closer attention to baseball these days than I have, not gonna lie, because I'm not.
Yeah, this will probably be the last of my team. I mean, it's like so frustrating. I mean, my Ural's probably gonna beat me. All the pitchers like Brian Bello, Matthew Boyd, Robbie Ray, like all my best pitchers that carried me all year, just awful this week. My hitters that carried me all year, awful this week. And I like look at his team. I'm like, he's not even like doing that great either. Like I should have won easy this week if my team performed like it had the whole second half, but that's fantasy. But I don't know anything about this question. This is all you.
The Jacob deGrom on waivers, yeah, pick him up. Look, I was worried. We were all worried possibly the innings restrictions. Like he's gone almost exactly 5 innings every start. 5 innings is good enough to get you a win. He hasn't been that bad. I would pick him up, sure. Anthony Marrero needs a flex. Ridley, Bill, or QJ?
I got to go Ridley here. Bill, I think still too risky. QJ, I know he's been really good, but he's probably going to get a lot of Surtain this week. I'm going to go Ridley.
Yeah, exactly. Not a great spot for QJ. Stephen Caldwell needs one. Evans, Tet, Keenan, or Debo. Just one. I got to stick with Tet.
Yeah, I think you got to go Tet this week.
Got him. I mean, like I said, planted the flag. You can't take it out of the ground now. Sean, Jacoby or Troy Franklin?
Jacoby. This is a good spot for Jacoby this week.
Yeah, Troy Franklin, like Wandale Robinson. Good pickup, but doesn't mean you have to start him just because you picked him up. All right, let's see if it happens more than 1 week. And it's not a great spot for him this week either, as it just so happens. Okay, back to Tarsha. Russ or Gino? Those are the only
Gino.
options.
I'm not chasing that Russ game from last week. This is the Chiefs. Give me Gino.
Yeah. This will be the biggest, hardest falling back down to earth I think we've seen in a while. John, Darnold or what? CJ Stroud?
You can't start CJ Stroud right now until something drastic changes. Got to go Darnold.
Yeah, something's got to give there in Houston. But yeah, Darnold against the Saints, fine. JCM or Scadaboo?
I got to go Bill here between the rookie running backs. Scadaboo against that Chiefs run defense. No thanks.
Yeah, and Bill should finally get at least more carries. All right, PD to Bill. Whoa, here, that's a tough one. Tyler Warren, Juwan Johnson.
Yeah, I'm not benching Tyler Warren. I know Juwan Johnson's been good, but I'm not benching Tyler Warren.
Well, now that I was reminded that we put Tyler Warren as a must start because I forgot that. Yeah, you have to start Tyler Warren. He's good to go. He's clear. He's in. DJ Moore or Mika Ibuka. Ibuka's always also in, not hurt. But do you like DJ Moore's upside better?
DJ Moore's tough this week because it is a good matchup against Cowboys, but we haven't seen his usage be good, and I think it could be another Odunze week. So, also, I think we might see more Zacchaeus, however you pronounce the name, than we want this week. I'm going to go with Buka.
I'm fine with Buka too. Tarsha again needs 2 receivers and a flex. London, Debo, Keenan, Hunter, Dobbins, or Chuba.
It's full PPR. I'm just going to go London and Keenan. Like Dobbins is safe. He's got a floor, but come on. London and Keenan.
2 receivers and a flex. You go London, Keenan,
2
and then flex
Dobbins.
Dobbins.
Wide receiver and a flex. Yeah, I might. I'd probably go Dobbins here.
Yeah, I like Dobbins this week. Most weeks I'll go Chuba over Dobbins. I think based on matchup, we can flip it here. Okay, so Gersap, I'll sing. Looking to trade Igbuka. Let's see. Well, that's the same team. Okay, so I guess because Rice is going to come back soon, but I don't feel like you need to trade him just to trade him. This is not like a must-sell high window.
No, plus, I mean, Rice isn't back till week 7, so you're still talking, 3 weeks where you're just relying on Lamb and BTJ. So if I'm going to trade Igbuka, I need to get a wide receiver back.
Yeah, I think going back to what he said here, he's saying maybe when Kittle comes back, he gets some. Yeah, okay, so wait 2-3 weeks. Kittle will be on the way back. Rice will be on the way back. You want to package them to try to get some sort of an elite receiver? Yeah, you can go for that.
I mean, I will say if there's a chance, like if somebody's worried about Evans and they're going to give me Evans straight up, I might take that. Or maybe Tet. Maybe, if they're like, well, Igbuka's been better, I might take Tet straight up right now.
Sure. It never hurts to put a guy on the block and see what kind of offers you get. For example, if this is true, Mike Swift saying he traded Bill for Genty. I hope that's not
true. This just
true.
shows you people just overreact. People just panic. Like, he's a bust. He's never going to be good. Yeah, well done. Well done.
The buy low window is always there. Alex Sanchez, what about Kamara for Chase Brown? I would do that.
Yeah, I still take Chase Brown here.
Yeah. Okay, so what about starting Genty or Mason?
I'm definitely starting Mason this week. Workhorse back against the Bengals.
Yeah. Yeah, this week the matchup does favor Mason. All right, Alan C. Trade Sutton or Higgins?
Well, I think he already did it. He said his flat, unless he's going to get Higgins.
Yeah, I think he would trade away Sutton.
I don't know. I think I might prefer Sutton. I'm very worried about Higgins with Jake Browning. Maybe I'm too worried about Higgins. We'll see.
Yeah, this is interesting because, rightfully so, people are going to be down on Higgins. You feel like, okay, this could be a buy low window, but then I'm like, okay, well, how low does it need to be? Is this low enough? I don't think it is. Yeah, I don't know if I would do this. Flex Sutton, Monty Pittman.
I'm probably going to flex Monty this week.
Yeah. Ironically, hold Sutton, but I don't necessarily want to start Sutton in week 3.
Right.
But Sutton will be good going forward.
And then did just get confirmation Christian Gonzalez is out, so you should feel pretty good about DK Metcalf this week.
There you go. Excellent. Tristan Roll traded Keenan and Mark Andrews for both Broncos running backs because he only had Aaron Jones, the Cardinals running backs, and 2. That's all you had on your whole roster.
I mean, this is fine because Andrews, I mean, you can get a tight end. Should be able to find a tight end who's at least been as good as Andrews, if not better, probably better. So this is fine. You needed it. You needed this. Yeah,
man. You must have gone 0 RB, pretty extreme if those were your only running backs. And I get it. You thought Connor Jones, pretty safe veterans, and then of course somebody gets hurt, and there you go. But yeah, I think this is fine. I mean, think about it. Keenan Allen was picked up off waiver wires in most leagues. He wasn't even drafted. And Mark Andrews is probably about to head to waiver wires in a lot of leagues because he hasn't done anything and not likely he's back. So I think this got to be a win. All right, Spearsy. Forcing us to choose Pickens or McMillan. Which guy that you absolutely love that's going to go off this week do you love more?
I think Pickens because he's got Dak in that Cowboys offense. I mean, Ted is still playing with Bryce in that Panthers offense. I mean, I think I got to feel a little bit better about Pickens.
Yeah, better offense overall. I mean, let's just face it, better offense, better passing offense, and also it's mainly because that defense is so bad. Even though Tet's the 1 and Pickens is the 2, it's just better situation. Would you drop Strange for what? Najee Harris? Sure.
Yeah, I can do that. I doubt you need Strange.
Yeah. In Lucero, Bo Nix or Caleb Williams?
Had this earlier. I think I'll go slightly Caleb against the Cowboys. No Deron Bland again.
Yeah, if Nix is fine, solid, pretty safe. Caleb for upside. Hampton or Henderson? Which disappointing rookie?
I'll go Henderson because at least he should get involved in the passing game a little bit. He's always got the potential for an explosive play. I'll go Henderson.
Right. Now, again, we don't want to start them just yet, but you do not drop these guys. Alex Sanchez says somebody dropped Travion Henderson. Would you drop Scatterboo for him?
I mean, I don't want to drop Scatterboo, though. Like, Scatterboo already looks like the guy in New York. But I definitely want to pick up Henderson. I mean, if Scatterboo is my only choice, this has to be a shallow league if somebody's dropping Travion Henderson. So if Scatterboo is my only choice, okay, fine.
Yeah, like, Alex, if you have a backup tight end, a quarterback that you don't need because you don't need to have one necessarily, try to drop somebody else. Joe Estrada. Easy. K9 or Chuba? It's definitely K9.
Definitely K9 with Charbonnet out. Or I guess he's not officially out yet, but he's doubtful, which means he's not playing.
Yeah. All right. Now, Albert Moreno about trading Ibuka, Pearsall, and Coleman for McMillan and Myers.
Yeah, I do this. I mean, Ibuka, McMillan, that's fine. I think I still prefer Myers to Pearsall. Coleman, yeah, I don't know. After what we saw against the Dolphins, looks like maybe that week 1 is going to be a outlier. I'll take McMillan and Myers.
Yeah, this is interesting. I feel like it's pretty fair, right? I mean, I like 4 of those 5 receivers a lot, but I think it's pretty even. I would take the upside of the McMillan side. Jason Olivero needs help. Half Superflex. Starting Baker, so we can go Russ, Mac, or Stafford.
Let's go Mac Jones.
Yeah. Pearsall, Wandale, or QJ.
Got to go Pearsall here. I know QJ's been great, but he's probably going to get a ton of Surtain.
Right. Exactly. Pearsall, solid. Appreciate you, Jason. Let's do a couple of regular chats here as we get caught up because Cerulean Dog has entered the building. Bannon or Ferg?
I think you got to go Ferg against the Bears.
Agree with that. I think we'll go for Donald Smith, Scatterboo, or Judkins.
I'm going to take Judkins. He looked pretty good last week. He should get more carries. That Chiefs run defense is no joke.
Exactly. Not a good spot. Let's some more rookie running backs. Why not? Kevin, Bill or Hampton?
I'm going Bill. Let's hope he gets more involved. Bill. Sad times. Sad times.
Yeah. It'll happen, just not yet. Okay. So for some reason here, Ramboni has to bench a really good running back. Who is it going to be?
I like that his name is Ramboni, and then he's got the Troy Polamalu with the huge hair from like that shampoo commercial or whatever.
Oh, that's funny.
You can't bench the king. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Am I crazy to say I'm benching Irving here?
That's what I was thinking. I think it's Bucky.
I think it's Bucky. I mean, this is a tough matchup for Bucky this week. I mean, how do you? All these guys should be good, but I might bench Bucky this week. Wow, what a choice! What a choice!
Yeah, good problem to have though. All right, then let's do Tarsha again. Tarsha Lawson Werner. This is a money league 10 team. Needs 2 receivers in a flex. Keenan, Hunter, Ridley, Dobbins, Chuba.
I'm gonna go Keenan, Ridley, Dobbins at the flex.
Yep, like Dobbins this week. Tyler, what's up, Tyler? All right, 0-2. Don't sweat it. It's second in points for. See, this is fantasy football.
Yeah.
That's the fun part.
Exactly. You'll be fine.
It'll straighten it out eventually. Maybe. Mahomes, Jason, London, Gibbs, Chase Brown, Fannin, Myers, Andrews, Pearsall, Judkins, Ayuk, Wandale, Tootin, and Woody Marks. Okay, so any changes here in this lineup?
No, I don't think any changes. I mean, look, you got a good team. I mean, I know London hasn't been great. Chase Brown hasn't been great. You probably started Andrews, and he's been awful. Yeah, I think you'll be fine here. I mean, if you're scoring points, if you're second in points for, you'll be fine. You'll be fine.
Yeah, London will definitely get better. Your running backs are fine. Yeah, I mean, there's not much to do here. You just got to sit tight and hope for the best. Ayuk's going to come back soon, so nothing to change this lineup. Just hope for better matchups. All right, good luck, Tyler. Will Hayes. Well, we've had this one a few times. Tyler Warren, Juwan Johnson.
Yeah, I'm just not benching Tyler Warren.
Yeah. Juan Pablo Guerrero. It seems like the GOAT is playing. Is he already established GOAT?
I guess he already the GOAT.
Okay, so he is playing. Him or Ferguson? We're going Kraft over Ferguson, yeah.
Yeah, you got to go Kraft. I'm not flexing Ferguson over Pearsall.
No. So Kraft and Pearsall. Amaya Macha. Eka Booker or DJ Moore?
Yeah, I feel like we've had this a few times. This one's tough because DJ Moore does get the Cowboys, but I mean, I liked Igbuka all week. The only reason I started backing off a little bit is because, like, well, is he banged up? He's going to play, but it sounds like he's good to go. I'm going to go Igbuka.
Yeah, go Igbuka here. And this is where we split. Mac Jones, Sam Darnold, pretty close. I mean, it's like almost like the same guy in different uniform. You're going Darnold. I'm slightly leaning Mac Jones, but it's pretty close.
Yeah.
Okay. We have, let me see. The next super chat goes to Deja Entendu and to be continued. Here it is.
All right.
Knicks or Dak?
Well, definitely Dak here. Definitely Dak.
Yeah, against that Bears defense. 2 running backs in a flex. Chase Brown, Chuba, Javonte, Etienne, Pearsall, Jennings.
Got to start Chase Brown. Got to start Javonte. I think you got to flex Etienne. I think you got to play those 3 running backs.
Yeah, you got 3 good enough running backs. Well, at least you don't have to sweat which receiver for the Niners to start, right? Pearsall, Jennings. Both are solid options, solid flexes this week, but you got good running backs. And then asking if we give IDP advice. We can. I do
I don't
play
think we're
one
the
IDP
I don't think
league.
we're the best for IDP.
Yeah, not the best for IDP. I play in one IDP league. I kind of keep an eye on it, but I'm not going to claim to be IDP expert.
All right, and we did just see wow, okay, so a couple big notes here. DeAndre Swift is in, and cornerback Trayvon Diggs of the Cowboys, who hasn't even been that good this year, is now added to the injury report with a knee injury. I mean, they might be down their 2 starting corners.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, Rome Odunze is pretty close to a must start anyways. He's definitely a must. DJ Moore, it could be his game. We'll see. All right. Zachary Mudd traded Pollard for JMO and May. I feel like we already saw that, right? Yes.
Yeah, fine. It's fine.
It's fine. Sebastian Arias. Start. Nick, Spirod, Bucky, Jason, Flowers, Jawan, Wandale. On the bench is London, Hawk, Benson, Tootin, Tillman, Franklin, and Algier. Anyone to pick up on waivers or trades?
Like, I know Wandale's been good the first 2 weeks. I'm not putting Wandale in over Drake London. I mean, look, it's your team, Sebastian. If you want to do it, go for it. I'm not doing that personally. Well, I don't know who's on waivers. We have a video for that. I don't know if you've watched it. Pierre does a great job, breaks down like some guys that are available in shallower leagues, but also guys in deeper leagues. So you can check that out without knowing your waivers. I think you're pretty good here. Like, I can't even say Hawks a sell high because what's he done? Like, I think you're good here.
Yeah, not much to do here. Look, you already have guys like Franklin and Tootin. It's probably nothing better on the waiver wire, right? You've already been pretty active on waiver wire. So, no, I think this team is fine as it is. I don't think you really need to mix it up. There's no obvious sell highs here. So, you're pretty good. Nick Marata, Pollard, Kyron, and then Sutton, Pearsall, Wandale at the flex.
I still got to go Kyron at running back, and I'm going to go Pearsall at the flex.
Yeah, Kyron is still a guy you're starting. Mike Cerulli, pick 2, Jacobs, Mason, Walker.
I mean, no bad choices here, but it's Jacobs and Kenneth Walker. No Charbonnet against the Saints. Yeah. Want all the Kenneth Walker this week.
Yeah, all good choices. But look, I'm just going to say real quick, I wouldn't be shocked if Jacobs doesn't have a great game, but I'm not putting Mason over him. So you got to start Jacobs and you got to start Walker. Romney, Santana. There it is again. The rare Kate Otten sighting.
There it is.
Why? Well, I get maybe because like if Igbuka was out, you'd be like, oh, all right, they have to throw to somebody. But Igbuka's playing, so
yeah,
that's the only reason I can even think of why Kate Otten has like somehow resurfaced.
Must be. I think you got to go the Strange and T-Law stack here. I can't start Stroud right now.
Yeah, just go with the Jags. All right, now we got we did that. Sammy. Afternoon. Jalen Warren or Pollard?
I mean, it's such a good spot for Pollard this week. I think I'm going to go Pollard here.
Yeah, Jalen Warren is just always going to be the same to me. I think regardless of matchup, he's just a flex option. I think Pollard is a little bit more. All right, Rye's got an interesting question here. Would you trade JMO to get Sutton?
I don't know. I don't really feel a reason to do this. I don't know if this is like, I don't know if I strongly prefer one or the other. I don't know.
Well, I'll say this. We had JMO ranked higher than Sutton preseason, right? Draft right. Rankings. Like JMO hasn't been amazing, but he had a pretty good week too. But has Sutton done anything to rise? Rise. Has he done anything to climb up, like to make you think he's more valuable than Jameson? If anything, last week you saw Troy Franklin leading the team in targets. I'm not worried about Sutton, but I've got no reason to put Sutton over JMO now. Like nothing has changed here. So. Blue, shout out, by the way, Blue, always trying to help in the comments here in the chat, trying to help people out. Great advice here. The best advice. Hit the like button, subscribe, just in case anybody hasn't already. Sometimes you're watching, you forget. Every time, even if you're with us, a lot of you guys are with us here, like every stream. We cannot thank you enough. We appreciate all of you guys. Every time you're on, if you hit thumbs up, it definitely helps us. So,
by the way, if any of you guys playing Dynasty, we have a Dynasty channel now. Go check it out, Dynasty Endgame.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Got Dynasty for all y'all. Dynasty. If you haven't tried Dynasty, well, it's a little late to start one now, but you got to get into it this offseason. Whose house? I think the answer is Run's house. But let's see. Tillman, Ayamanor, Harvey at the flex.
I'll just go Io Manor here against the Colts. Tillman against the Packers. Again, they don't give up a lot of deep stuff.
It's too soon for Harvey.
Yeah, too soon for Harvey.
All right. So Tarsha now asking, it says asking for my daughter.
All right, nice.
Full PPR, pick 2 and the flex, Devontae Adams, AJ Brown, T. Higgins, Keenan Allen, or Christian Kirk. She's freaking out. Well, no need to freak out.
No need to freak out. No need to freak out. I think you still got to start AJ Brown. I'm going to start Keenan Allen. Adams and Higgins is close. It's like Adams in the way better offense with the way better QB, but it's got to go against Quinion Mitchell. Higgins, the worst offense now with the worst QB. I think I'll go Adams. Adams, AJ Brown, Keenan.
Yeah. Kirk, well, let's see exactly how involved he's going to be. And Higgins definitely takes a hit. All right. Tell her good luck. Unless she's playing you. Dragon Tchaikovsky. Trade Debo for Rice.
Yeah, no, I'm okay doing this. I think Debo's a good sell high right now.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as you don't need Debo for the next few weeks, I'm okay doing this.
Well, it says there it has wide receiver depth. Debo's not even starting for you. Yeah, absolutely. Now the question is, do you do this now or wait till after Sunday? But why wait? Because the only risk here is that Debo has a monster game and you regret it, or he gets hurt, which is always possible.
Yeah, just do it now.
All right. Now we got AJ Fisk. Have a lot of Hampton. Pollard or Hampton in one league, Tootin or Hampton the other.
I'm just going to go Pollard and Tootin. You should feel good about Pollard this week. Tootin, definitely risky.
Yeah, Pollard is pretty easy there. Tootin, how many touches is he going to get? But how many touches is Hampton getting now? Najee's going to just probably cut even more into the touches, don't you think?
Yep, I do.
Okay, we have Johnny, 22 Bear. What's up? Got a trade offer. Doesn't say what it is. Let me see if I can find it. All right. I'll look. Let's see if I can find it. Let's do Andrea. You know Andrea.
What's up, Andrea?
Needs 3. Evans, London, Nico, Otunze. Wow.
I don't even know what's going in their match. It's her and Anthony in the other matchup. I haven't even looked. Ooh, she's winning 6-3 right now. So still 2 days to go. We'll see.
I feel like she's just a team of destiny. Like she just wins every week, no matter what is going on. Like it's just destined to happen.
Maybe. I thought I was a team of destiny, but destiny ran out for me. I think it's got to be the last 3. As much as I like Evans, I think he's got to be on the bench this week out of this group.
Yeah, that's a tough choice there. I don't see Johnny's trade offer, so let's keep going. If I see it, we'll put it up.
All right, not to complain here, I know, but this is like you know the brutality of fantasy sports. No matter what, I'm looking right now. Andrea has a 5.11 ERA, a 1.46 WHIP. Anthony has a 6.19, 1.52 WHIP. They each only have 1 quality starts. I'd be winning all 3 of those categories right now.
Head to head.
The luck of the draw. The luck of the draw.
I'll still say I like the head to head for baseball as opposed to roto, because if it's roto, like it's very anticlimactic. Like you kind of already know who's going to win for the most part before it's even September. So, all right, let's go to JLE. Start Troy Franklin over Ricky Pearsall.
Nah, I can't do that. I'm still going. Look, if Franklin does it again, then it's like, okay, maybe now we have to consider Franklin. But just one big game out of doing nothing as a rookie and nothing in week 1, I'm going to wait to see it again.
Yeah, like pick him up, sure. Let's see. But some of these people on these sites are like, that's it. He's the new number 1 guy from Denver. Like, come on. Like, after one good game, let's pump the brakes. Billy Joe Billingsley. Okay, this is fair. London or BTJ?
Nah, I'm still going BTJ here. Still going BTJ. Well, actually, I don't know. You know what? I might just go London now that I think about it. This went from like easy. This is actually tough.
It is tough.
I mean, look, BTJ is going to get a lot of Derek Stingley. All right, but London going to get JC Horn.
I mean, I feel like
go London.
There's obviously questions as far as BTJ himself, right? With London, it's the matchup. That's the only thing I'm worried about is the matchup. I have no questions about London and the offense. It's not. I don't think it's a big game for London. BTJ, it's like, is he going to show up this week or not? That's the question. That's a lot tougher to answer. So I think I might just eliminate the risk and go London. It could be a big BTJ week, but it could look like last week. And then this is not really much easier, although I'm not sure. K9 over Chase Brown now?
Well, I know we have Chase Brown as a boom, and I still really like Chase Brown. I think Chase Brown will be great. But Kenneth Walker against the Saints as the undisputed, unquestioned workhorse running back, I'm going Walker over Chase Brown now.
Yeah, I think with Sharp's out, pretty much out. Yeah, I can go Walker. Brian, Cavell, Jennings, Swift to flex. Oh. Okay, so is it just either Jennings or Swift, and then we have to pick two of the next group? Is that what this is?
I think that's what this is. I'm going to go Booty and Golden. Let's shoot for some upside here. I mean, Christian Kirk, let's see. Diami Brown. Booty and Golden. Let's go.
And then if it's Jennings or Swift, if that's a separate thing, I would go Jennings.
Yeah, if it's PPR, I don't mind Swift. He's playing. He gets a great matchup against the Cowboys. But Jennings more upside. If it's PPR.
Yeah. Easiest question that we'll get all day. Matthew Lip, what's up? Says, what's the promo code for DraftLane? It's right there.
Guess. Take a guess. It's right there on the screen. Endgame.
Yeah. We like to keep it simple. Endgame. Use code Endgame, get 10 free credits. Check it out. App Store, Play Store. Download it for free and try it for free. Okay. What about Baiula? Etienne or Olave? Full PPR.
Yeah, it's still got to be Etienne. I mean, he's a workhorse running back, catches passes, looks good. It's got to be Etienne.
Yeah, let's go Etienne. Look, Olave actually is top 20 for sure. I can't remember. Maybe not top 10, but he was up there in terms of expected fantasy points so far in the season. He's up there. But
yep.
At the same time, we're like, well, there's such a gap between expected and actual, but sometimes that gap is there for a reason, right? He should be doing better. He should be doing better. There's a reason, but he still has some upside, but I think you got to go Etienne. Okay, now we have Gaga Ofori. League is hoarding 2 quarterbacks. Had Purdy. So now we got to go either T-Law or Mac Jones. I just go Mac Jones.
Yeah, you should be fine with Mac Jones.
Yeah. No problem there. And then let's go with Robin. Trade Chase and Hubbard for Lamb and Etienne.
I think I'm just going to take Lamb and Etienne here. I mean, Chase, Lamb, is there really going to be a big difference? I mean, I might even prefer CeeDee Lamb now that it's Jake Browning. And look, sure, Tootin might eventually take over this backfield, but he might not. I'm just going to take Lamb and Etienne right now.
Yeah, this one, I mean, if you would ask me this before the season, there's no way.
Right.
I'm still not completely convinced that Etienne's going to be better than Hubbard just because, after 2 weeks, I think Hubbard is going to be pretty solid all season still. Etienne, sure, he has the upside, but again, trust issues. Yeah, but Lamb over Chase, yeah, this might have shifted enough. I think it's fair to do this. I think it's fair. Might do that. Lamb and Etienne. All right. Don't know if you're ready for this. Hector Lopez, Hunter Renfrow, or Calvin Austin?
I'm not ready for it, but if I have to choose, I'm going to go Renfrow. I mean, he gets all that run out of the slot. I'm just going to go Hunter Renfrow.
He's getting the targets, that's for sure. Man, Bryce Young loves him some slot receivers. He just doesn't matter who it is. Does not matter. Should be Jalen Coker. Adventure.
Hopefully he'll be back soon.
Yeah, I hope. Booty Benson, Imanor. He's saying pick 2 to stash.
I think it's got to be Benson and Iomanor. I mean, Benson, if Connor goes down, we know he's going to be the workhorse. And look, Iomanor could do it. Maybe he's going to do it.
He could. He definitely could do it. All right. Burger Boy. Sit 1. Lad, DK, Evans, or Ibuka?
I'm sorry, but I think DK's got to sit here.
Yeah.
Give me one moment.
Yeah, I mean, this is tough. This could go a lot of different ways. It's hard for me with a group like this to ever sit Evans. I'm just going to keep Evans in there. Sorry, even if I don't feel like it's a huge week for him. Still got to play Evans. We're not out on that. I can make a case for DK versus Ibuka. That's close. But yeah, I know. Actually, I like DK. But I don't think I can sit Ibuka for him. Let's go Lad Evans, Ibuka. All right, let's see. We're getting caught up on the super chats. We're almost there, and we got about, let's say, 15 more minutes. We'll be on here. So let's see what else we can do. JLE. Wandale or Franklin to flex? Well, Wandale keeps saying it's not a good matchup for him against the Chiefs. He will get targets. This is going to look probably a little bit more like a typical Wandale Robinson game. He has like 6 catches for like 45 yards or something. So he'll get you something. I'm not saying like he's going to get shut out because it's the Chiefs, but it's probably going to be one of those games. Troy Franklin, honestly, we don't know. This is a big wild card. He had this nice game kind of out of nowhere. Is this the start of something or is it just a blip? He doesn't have really a good matchup either, though. It's at the Chargers. I'd probably would just, if it's me, I would just take what Wandale gives me.
Yeah.
Just knowing it's not going to be anything that significant. These guys are both flex options.
Yeah, I'm going Wandale here.
All right. What about, let's see who's next. It's Duval Dan. Half flexing JMO, Hampton, or Stevenson.
I mean, I think half makes it a little closer here, but I mean, I like Stevenson, but I don't think I could put him in over Jamison Williams. I do like Stevenson. I do like Stevenson this week.
Yeah, it's Stevenson, but we want to chase ceiling. We always want to chase ceiling, and JMO definitely is going to have the higher ceiling here. You know what they're going to do just to mess with us, because that's how the Patriots are. You're gonna all of a sudden give the ball to Henderson more than Stevenson, just because.
I mean,
like, would shock you? Wouldn't
no.
shock. All right. JPC 1, 2, 3. Chubb, Hunter, Pacheco, or Benson? We must flex one of those.
Oh, just give me Nick Chubb, I guess. How did we get here? Who did the Texans play again? Oh, man. Jaguars.
Don't feel great about it. I think the big question here is Travis Hunter a guy you even want to flex? That's the question.
I mean, I don't want to flex Travis Hunter, but it's PPR. I mean, if Chubb doesn't score that 25-yard touchdown, he does nothing. Pacheco doing nothing. Benson. Who do the Cardinals play again?
Niners.
I might just go Travis Hunter here and hopefully he catches like 5 or 6 passes and gives me at least like 10 points.
Yeah, I think that's the move. Just hope Hunter gets some targets like he did in week 1. Not that they're high quality targets, but at least it was something,
Yep.
All right. Let's get now to Rel. 7. Judkins, Kyron, or Sutton? PPR.
Yeah, I'm going Kyron here. I mean, again, he still had 17 carries, 2 catches. He's still the workhorse. I don't think like Blake Corum is suddenly taking away his goal line carries. Sutton in a tough spot. I'm going to go Kyron.
Yeah, I think Kyron is still a guy you're starting, and just as your flex, agree. Some weeks it might be Sutton now, but not this week. All right, Rusty Shackelford is here in half PPR, needs a receiver and a flex. DK Ricky Etienne, JCM, Mecca Booker, or Sutton.
All right, well, I'm going to go like Buka at wide receiver, and I'm going to flex Etienne.
Yeah, receiver is kind of tough. I agree. Etienne as the flex. Ikbuka, Pearson, DK. I might go DK over Ikbuka if you want a little bit higher ceiling, but probably Ikbuka is fine. All right, so here's the trade for Johnny. Giving Henry, Bucky, and Debo for Chase. Is that Jamar Chase? Jonathan Taylor and Ramon.
I think I have to take this. I mean, Henry JT, that's not really like a huge downgrade there. I mean, you're going from Bucky to Jamar Chase. Or you could even say you're going Henry to Jamar Chase, and then you're going from Bucky to JT. I mean, I probably prefer Debo to Stevenson, I guess, but it's not like I'm taking the Chase side. Taking the Chase side here.
Yeah, I would take the Chase side. Now, you're also getting 2 stud running backs to get a receiver running back, so assuming this helps your wide receiver room. Yeah.
Wait, did we say Isaiah Likely's playing? Because Isaiah Likely is out.
Oh, he is out?
Yeah.
He just got ruled out. Well, then that changed. All right. Likely's out. I don't think that makes me feel significantly better about Mark Andrews, but yeah, worth noting. All right, so Python. What's up, Python? Watch the Vegas vid. Good. Highly recommend everybody does that. Get some extra info there. Thinks that the Wentz line is because he's Carson Wentz.
Top 5 Wentz coming. All right, we'll see.
This week, like right now, what? Top 5. I'm not putting him in my top 5, but you know what? I'm always prepared to be surprised.
Yes.
All right, now JLE, Corm, or I believe that's Kenneth Gainwell.
We saw Gainwell's touches go way down last week. Corum's actually went up. I don't know if I like either of these guys, but if I have to pick, I'll take Corum in the Rams offense.
I mean, look, you're just hoping for a touchdown. For Gainwell, I wouldn't even hold out hope for a touchdown or anything like that. So yeah, just go Corum and hope he scores. All right. We're caught up. Here we go. Not too bad. Not quite 3 hours, but we're close. Let's do a couple more questions here. Try to see if we can have any more. By the way, don't worry. We're going to be back tomorrow morning, 3 hours before kickoff. And if you got questions after we get off here, or maybe you can't make the stream tomorrow morning, you can have questions anytime. Use the DraftLane app. That's what it's for. Download it for free right there. QR codes are up, and use code ENDGAME. You get 10 free credits, and you can use it towards your first couple of questions. Download is free, and your first couple of questions are free. So check it out if you haven't used it yet. This is for new users. You get that code. So let's see what else we can do here while we're up. All right, Matt. Sit either Etienne, Mason, or Keenan.
Oh, man. If it's full PPR, I think I sit Mason. If it's half or none, I'll sit Keenan.
Right. This does depend on the format. I don't know if you want to tell us. You could do that. Pain Bliss in Superflex, Mariota or Geno?
I'm just going to go Geno. I think Geno against Commanders should be much better this week.
Mariota can run a little bit. There's always the chance he runs for a touchdown. Mariota's okay. He's okay. And Gino was not okay last week. Am I really going to start Mariota? It is the Raiders, and the Raiders get the Commanders. I gotta go Mariota. I might go Mariota. Gavin Potter. He says this is a tough one. Let's see. Judy, Jennings, or Hollywood?
Jennings. It's pretty comfortably Jennings for me, honestly.
Yeah, this one is definitely Jennings. I don't want Judy at all this week. I don't want those Browns receivers. Hollywood is All right, we have to do Band's dog because obviously dog. Pearsall or JMO? Half.
I mean, this is close for me, but I mean, man, Jameson Williams, like without a long touchdown, I think I'm just gonna go Pearsall here.
Yeah, this one's close. It's kind of almost floor ceiling to me. Kind of feel like that. Tarsha, I feel like we should end with this. Tarsha just received a trade. For some reason, how do you have Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen? This is not a super flex league.
Wait. They're going to give you JT and Jamar Chase? Come on. It's ridiculous.
It's ridiculous. I have so many questions. So many questions here.
I mean, you have to take this is a league-winning trade. You have to take this league-winning trade.
Okay, look. If this is a 2 QB or super flex league, I understand why you have both Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen, although I still wouldn't understand how you would have gotten them both. But why do you have both these quarterbacks and you can only play one if it's not a super flex league? If this is a league where you only start one quarterback, you absolutely have to do this trade.
Yeah.
But I still want to know how and why you ended up with both these quarterbacks. Okay, but let's just say do it. Juan Rogers, Njoku, Andrews, or Ertz?
I'm probably just going to go Njoku here. Again, I like these Browns tight ends this week against the Packers. I'm going to go Njoku.
You don't want to go Njoku, but I also don't really want to go Andrews. I might be now a little overly optimistic about Washington. I think I would go Ertz, actually. I think Mariota will be fine, and I think Ertz will be solid. But Njoku isn't a good enough spot, so I think Andrews is the only one I really don't want to start. All right, and then let's see. One more. I'm kind of sad we haven't had a single kicker question.
Thank goodness.
Gotta end on a good one. Let's do this one is tough. John Britt. Evans or BTJ?
I think I'm going BTJ here. I mean, Evans is going to get a lot of sauce. Like Buka's playing. I know BTJ is going to get Stingley, but he's getting so many targets. It's got to happen. I'm going to go BTJ.
Yeah, I'm okay with BTJ here. I mean, this is a tough one for me. I find it hard to ever sit Evans, but BTJ, it's got to do better, right? It's got to do better. And then we just got a super chat from Mad Dog. Knicks or Daniel Jones?
I might just go Danny. I might just go Danny Dimes this week.
Yeah, and then 2 running backs, 1 flex, Genty, Kyron Walker, Monty Stevenson, Devontae Smith, DJ Moore, Troy Franklin. Already got CD in London in there.
Yeah, I think you got to go Kyron and Walker running back. And let's flex DJ Moore. Trayvon Diggs might be out. Darren Bland's already out. Let's take a chance on DJ Moore.
Yeah, now knowing that news, why not go for the upside here? All right. All right, let's call it. I think we're it's pretty much 3 o'clock here, 4 o'clock Eastern. There's college football to watch. There's NFL football tomorrow to watch. We'll be here 3 hours before kickoff. And so Make sure you turn notifications on so you know every time that we go live, which is almost every day. And check out all the videos if you haven't seen them already. Besides the start sit, got the Vegas secrets out. All right, the boom video, everything you need to know. It's all here. Oh, we just got one more. Hold on. Hold the phone. Max. Thank you, Max. Trade AJB and Jalen Warren.
Yeah.
Roma Dunze and Kenneth Walker.
I 100% do this. I know AGB's got to get better, but I mean, Roma Dunze is already good. I got to prefer Kenneth Walker to Jalen Warren by a lot. Yeah. I'm taking Odunze and Walker here, definitely.
I'm definitely doing this. You know what? Even if this was like the day before kickoff of week 1 and AJB didn't post a dud, I'm still doing this. I was super high on Odunze before the season, and we were both super high on Walker. I mean, yeah, I would do this. Definitely do this. Okay. All right, there we go, guys. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. Don't forget on the way out, if you haven't already, give us a like. We appreciate that. It definitely helps us. Check out everything on the channel, and we will see you hopefully tomorrow morning.